Sort of on time, not quite, but sort of.
It's within acceptable matrices.
Yeah, church sometimes goes a little longer than usual.
It is
Church?
begun.
Yep.
Hi.
Greetings.
Welcome to the true inventor of Mickey Mouse. Don't tell anybody.
Oh,
Yeah, it's using coded language to avoid copyrights.
all the other ones are fake. Don't believe them.
When we last left these people, you were trying to get a Leviathan to slowly crawl its way over to the ocean.
Just tell it, to just get there, and we'll just wait for it.
It wants to be there.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think we can really assist it in doing so.
Yeah, and also
without summoning some other big critter to, but
there's an idea.
that would run into similar problems, I'm guessing.
Summon a whale to push it.
I still think that image it's flying, but whatever.
It's not flying, it's like leaping out of the water.
It's breaching.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You make sense.
Thank you.
And also
I tried
last
to.
game, huh?
I tried to. Go on.
And also last game, we determined that 43 cockroaches does not equal a strength of 43.
That's right.
What does it equal?
It was like,
They're a cosmetic item.
they work for moving stuff around and getting from new angles. They do exist.
Moving stuff implies lifting.
If you want to get actual work out of them, you should invest a stunt in them.
Sure.
All
Let me get right on.
I still haven't replaced my last stunt.
Just remove all of your refreshes.
I would if I could, man.
Alright, refresh.
Oh yeah, refresh.
Yay, I got
Well,
one.
everyone has at least one.
Yeah, I think mine stays at 2, so I'm good.
Were you here last game?
Confirmed.
Yes. Well, the second half of it.
Alright.
Yeah, you missed the intro to the Clay Shifter, which then ended up affecting a lot of the episode in a way that I didn't expect.
Yeah. Well, I went back and listened to it all, so I know roughly what happened.
He's been around when Paulina went on that hugging spree, I think.
Yeah,
Timothy
that
is
was a big
still
deal.
sitting on 4.
Yeah.
What is?
Well, I'm just saying, if Alfred joined into the game with 2, then does that mean that they have 2 left over from last game, which would mean they have the opportunity to declare some story details?
Nope.
Okay.
Too
Yeah, I
late
feel
by
like
now.
that would be retroactive. Besides, I might have just forgot to spend the ones that I spent on story details last time, so
Okay.
whatever. Either way, my refresh rate is 2, so it wouldn't bump up.
Yeah. It all rounds back to 2.
Yep.
Alright. So, the whale is crawling. We're just in the ship.
Yep.
Landed near the Yeti Drake, yeah?
And it's going to take a full day for that thing to get over to the ocean.
Alright, well, Strike suggests that we should all go to the ocean. Or
Well, the nice thing is that we were told to come back in a couple of days to the Yeti
Yeah.
Drake, so, one day there. I mean, we can just leave the big monolith thing, the Leviathan, in its natural habitat. Maybe it'll fix their swarm kraken problem.
yeah, and become a new fucking myth creature.
Yep.
Is it really a cryptid if it literally takes up the whole ocean?
Yeah, it depends. It doesn't necessarily have to eat the whole ocean.
I mean,
like-
the Kraken swarm, like a cryptid normally is a cryptid because it's hard to spot.
Yeah. or hard to prove it exists in any way. Uh,
I guess what makes it a cryptidness is the fact that it's a eusocial marine animal and not just a bunch of independent krakens.
I
You're
think
not looking for cryptids, you're looking for creatures of myth.
Yeah, I also think the idea might be like these things don't show themselves until like they already have you where they want you, and then they just all show up, snatch you, and they're gone.
There used to be
Yeah.
less of them.
And there's also the fact that we might, like everything that we're told about it, might not actually be true. That's just what we've heard.
It's like the idea we spent all this time, and GM's like, surprise! All of it's bullshit.
We only
It's
hunt
just a
down
squid.
true myths. Alright?
I'd actually like that twist.
Everything,
Everything we've done is wrong.
everything you've been hearing is speculation so far.
I want to spend my one plot coin, fate coin, to make the story detail that the swarm kraken does not exist. No, I'm not.
That would be a pretty bad use of fake coin, considering the fact that in order to like keep going, you need to capture all of the, or at least report on all of the creatures here.
The report on that one is doesn't exist.
Yeah,
It doesn't
they
exist.
went to the bottom of the ocean, explored every corner of the ocean, which took about 5 years, and couldn't find it.
Story detail: this whole planet was a mirage.
It's
Story
finished.
detail. We're on New Namek.
Yeah, that's why there's this one city in the middle of a wasteland.
Can I say story detail? Giant asteroid coming to this planet.
But the
There are
asteroid
other
is also
cities.
infested with zombies.
Huh?
There are other cities. This is just the big one.
And the other thing that was said.
I said that the asteroid is also covered in zombies.
Zomsteroid.
The asteroid is also a zombie.
Fact
That
the
would
planet
make more
is
sense.
zombiness.
Somehow. All right, so we're headed over to Swarm Kraken.
Yes.
It's going to take a day for the Leviathan to get there.
Yes.
Do we want to try to scout ahead of the Leviathan to see if we really need it?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Well, let's go above the sea and look at it.
That was Strike's plan. We should go check out the ocean.
I mean, that's
Go to the
why,
beach.
like, 3 people try to summon 3 different things that can go in the water, was
That's
to
true.
look at the water.
We also have other stuff to use for the ocean, rather than just the Leviathan.
Now here's a question: how does the clay shifter work with getting wet?
It feels gross.
Yeah, I probably don't want to get wet. Like, I specifically took a stunt to be more clayey, so that means I get the bad parts too. So I probably don't want to dilute myself.
Oh no, you don't have a brain. You can't think.
Well, I guess I'll roll a new character then.
No muscles to move, no brain to think. No heart, so you're dead.
Your new character is Almond Milk.
It's identical to milk, except they're vegan.
Took a new stun. The stun is I'm actually dead, so there you go. I gotta roll a new one now.
So, vroom, over to the Storm Kraken, yeah?
It appears so.
Yeah, that's the sound that a ship makes.
Can I spend a fate token to say that's the sound of ship making? Every noise our ship makes is one that audibly sounds.
Serious miss. She can make any damn sound she likes.
roll Polina's attitude. See if we can get her to feel like making mouth noises.
I'm not sure what's worse. The fact that you're asking me to do this, or the fact that I'm doing it.
Well, let's see Paulina's moods.
What's wrong with this? We need
Today we have
we need creative and playful.
low, but many mistake it for being happy. Confident, which deliberately conceals being sulky. Grumpy, which unconsciously conceals being humble. suspicious and sociable. And sociable, which unconsciously conceals being miserable.
All right. I think the most interesting outcome would be the last two.
I like them because they actually overlap.
Double sociable and miserable suspicious.
She just needs a hug.
So you mean the half a day long hug session wasn't enough?
You know what though? I kind of want to see sociable and miserable with low but being happy.
Mistake it for happy.
How do you describe low? I mean, we're in a ship. Are we flying low to the ground?
Well,
No, like feeling low, you know.
yeah, like a little sad, maybe a little bit miserable.
Feel
You know,
low
still
down.
happy
Not
and
right
so-
to do around.
Still happy and sociable.
But not
But
happy.
mistaken for happy.
So,
Thank you for being happy. Well, yeah.
she
Okay,
on
whatever.
the,
We'll do the
so
last
on-
two. 'cause
I like
think
how
that's
like
the vote.
all of these are opposites.
Yeah.
So on the surface, she looks calm and ready, but no, on the surface she looks sociable and happy, but actually she's miserable and low. Oh no! I think our ship has depression. And it's trying to hide it.
Alright, so definitely sociable and miserable.
Yes.
But is she low or suspicious?
I'm going with low.
Yeah, hello.
What
So,
would suspicious mean? She's suspicious of us, or is acting suspicious?
Maybe.
Yeah.
excellent answer. Yeah, I'm. That's my vote too. Low and sociable, miserable.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I can make noises for you. Vroom. Vroom.
Well, she's having a good
Vroom.
time.
I was asking her to make noises. I was asking if she felt.
No, your strike asked for mouth noises.
Well, somebody's having a good time.
I hope you're enjoying this. Vroom.
Colleen is so happy.
Can I roll my rapport, or sorry, not rapport, but empathy to figure out if she's actually sad?
Yes.
'Cause it says mini mistaken, but I have high.
Give me an
I have
empathy.
pretty.
Guys, our ship has depression. Oh no!
Rip.
She looks
Man.
happy.
Paulina is in a great mood right now.
I'm glad you're finding a way to enjoy this, even though we're kind of in a difficult spot.
Yes. Vroom.
Kind of sad that,
Vroom.
that we're just toying with this sentient being's emotions for our own amusement.
Well, we're not toying, she's having fun.
This is how she feels right now. We didn't. Our characters didn't choose this. So, vroom vroom, we're at the ocean.
We have arrived. What would you like me to do? Vroom.
Please inspect for living creatures.
Scanning now.
Does she have notice?
Scan complete. There are many living creatures. Vroom.
Oh.
Let us, in fact, not have notice. Interesting.
For
Investigate.
hiding, not for looking.
You can see them, like, out the window.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
What do they look like? Give me colors and shapes.
No, there's mostly the Krakens.
So there's
Mostly.
enough giant squids that we can see them.
So, is the water really clear, or are they just near the surface?
How jam packed into this thing are they? Are we talking like sardines in a can, or?
It's not that packed.
You would think there'd be. Are you saying there's more krakens than water?
That's what I'm asking. Like, is it just like Some of them are just flopping on the surface of all the other krakens, taking up so much room. It's an ocean of krakens.
Are some of them shooting colored ink at each other?
Are any of them kids while also being squids?
Here's their color palette. Whoa!
Really exciting color palette.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh,
All blue.
like
There's also black.
human skins.
It's a very, very
no.
dark blue, more like a midnight blue.
I have yet to click on the link.
Yeah, I was just
Oh.
looking at the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some teal in there almost.
All shades of blue. Really good for
Purple.
its environment.
Yeah, gonna hide very easily in the deep.
That's good. You got some sea foam in there as well.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
Okay, so I turned to the rest of the team. Any ideas on how we can either capture or study these things? I know we have we have a few things we could throw into the water and maybe look at a few things, but not very much other than that.
I don't think we should capture one of them. Like they're all like together, or having fun together. Like that just seems mean.
And as was established earlier, even the smallest ones are as big as our ship.
Yes. So okay, capturing is off the table.
Just like take pictures and like take recordings, and that should be all right, right? Like I don't know. I've never like spoken with your bosses or anything, but
I think we should just see what they do, and then maybe see how they react to the Leviathan.
like we could just literally like put on Polina's camera on for the next 24 hours and just film them doing their things, and like that alone would be very valuable footage.
Shoot a documentary.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
A
Is that what
documentary.
we're gonna do?
I mean,
No,
again,
no.
I've never spoken with your bosses. I'm not actually sure still what you guys do, but from what I understand, that should be fine.
To be fair, I also have not spoken with your bosses, or my boss, I suppose.
I would like to get a sample of their biology.
I support your
body.
decisions.
Maybe we can lower a bucket and get some swarm kraken poop, and we'll have some of their biology.
We may be able to take a sample of their flesh or something, so that we
Yes.
can study it. Any ideas on how we could do that?
Well, let's go down there and ask them.
I am equipped
I-
with weapons.
Good for
Great.
you.
Maybe some of them are stranded on like a beach. You know,
Ooh.
we do that sometimes.
That's
All
a
right,
good-
yeah, let's while
look. Yeah.
While we wait for the Leviathan, we can do a beach run.
Like I would like to investigate for vulnerable specimens.
Alright.
Shall I roll investigate?
Sure.
2. Weh.
You see a couple that are swimming a bit differently than the others.
I point them out to the group.
Well, wouldn't we want information on normal ones or on ones that are slightly different? What's more valuable?
Can
I
I?
believe the value is that we just understand their biology. If we get one that is a little crippled, it should still suffice.
Can I roll investigate to see why they're swimming differently? Be it like a
No.
malformation or an injury?
You already rolled investigate.
Yeah, and I'm rolling investigate for a different thing.
No,
I rolled
you're
investigate
rolling
to find-
investigate for the same thing.
May
No,
I
okay.
roll investigate to find out if they're for a different reason?
I rolled investigate to find vulnerable specimens, and now
Yeah.
I'm rolling investigate to look at those vulnerable specimens to say why are they vulnerable.
The
Is it too late to do
initial
teamwork?
investigate gives you how much you know about that thing.
I was rolling to find them in the first place rather than about them.
Is it too late to do teamwork?
Probably.
Okay, so I can't investigate after he investigated?
We had rules about that in other games because we're a lot of players, a lot of games, and if you let everyone roll for the same thing, at
Then
some
it just
point
becomes a long.
well, at some point, by sure math, like it's almost guaranteed to happen because we're so
Yeah.
many people.
The thing is also, we all have eyes and are specifically here to look at them.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, maybe not
This-
Alfred.
This is an observation mission.
Fair point. Fair point. Okay. In that case, do we have any
I
way
will
that
allow
we
a
can...
teamwork test for everyone but Strike.
All right.
Alright, I have +2 on investigate. Anybody have more?
I also have +2.
I have +1.
Can I get a fate point for jumping the gun?
No.
Alright, then I'm gonna roll at +2 then.
I'll help with on that. So that should be a +1 because you're +2.
Yeah. I fucked that up.
Was that with the bonus? Or, oh. No, you put +2 on that.
Yeah. So that's what?
So same as
3.
Strike.
3.
Well, since I assisted, I can't do investigate, can I?
Not if you do assist, no.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Okay.
So Timothy rolled a 3?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What did we get from that?
Slightly more. You're noticing that the only ones that seem to have any kinds of differences are smaller ones.
So maybe
Okay.
it's the young ones, or they're just the weaker ones that are like underfed because the other ones are stealing the food. I don't know.
Probably.
It's not all of the smaller ones, but it's only the smaller ones.
Maybe the smaller ones are psychic and are leaders of the pack.
Polina, do you have like a loudspeaker so I can speak outside?
Vroom.
Room 1 for yes and 2 for no.
You already roomed one, so I guess that's a yes.
Well, there's no button, so I can't like activate it. I don't know if it's activated or not.
Something tells me the best route wouldn't be to suddenly alert them to our presence. They might just swim away. I
Oh,
think
maybe they're friendly though. Like if they're friendly, that would solve like so many problems.
It would, but I'm assuming they're just squids. There's so many of them. It seems like they're just animals, but I suppose if you wish to check.
A brief reminder: they aren't actually squids. Specifically, they are krakens.
Krakens, well, the same difference.
Shh.
But
I think
yeah, I
krakens are
guess
like inherently violent.
usually.
If Polina won't respond to the loudspeaker option, I'm going to try to open one of the doors. So
Polina,
I
can you open the door before the clay shifter attempts to get through it himself?
Mhm.
We've lost enough doors this way already.
I'm not going to rip it off. I'm just going to open it.
Yes, but you can never be too sure with doors lately.
Is that something that has to be rolled, or?
You open the door.
There we go. So I'm going to lean outside. I'm going to, hey! Hey, you guys want to be friends?
So you're currently, like, floating above the water, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Alright.
I would hope not too close.
Yeah, I figured we were, like, several meters above the water.
I'm going to tell Paulina, please stay at least a good 30 feet above the water.
Like, okay, before we
you see a
determine
few of them start jumping.
before we determine distance, what's the longest arm of these things that we're seeing?
0 feet.
I'm not seeing any arms.
They have tentacles.
I mean, tentacle
They're
arms.
giant squid monsters. They don't
Yeah,
have arms.
Yeah, I know. If you want to be semantic, what's the longest tentacle we see?
The longest one,
Yes.
you probably don't see it.
Oh, we don't see the longest tentacle we see? That's a shame.
Yeah, we don't mean like the longest one that exists.
Yeah, what's the longest one we see? Asking
I
for
don't
the third
know.
time to get one answer. You my mom? Jeez. That's a my mom joke for everybody.
But what's the deal with mothers?
Give me a 1d200.
That's a good sign. Hoping for that one. Hey, 16.
16 meters.
Oh, there you go. Meters.
Paulina, please stay 50 feet above the water.
I think that's less than 16 meters.
It's
roughly multiplied
You're
by
right.
three.
Wait, she said 16, right?
16 meters is about 52 feet.
Okay, 60 feet then.
There you go. You could just say, 17 meters.
That is also true.
Do they use
I'm
metric or
American.
imperial on this planet?
And this is... Well, everything's metric.
Yeah, everything's metric. I'm just a dumb American who still hasn't learned how to properly.
Actually, they
use
have an
their
immortal
one.
emperor, so I'm assuming they use immortal imperial.
Oh yeah, there's an emperor here, so they must use imperial.
Yeah, but they strive for perfection, so it'd be metric.
Got it. Well,
They use Kelvin.
The 16 meters is the full length of the Kraken.
Oh. Alright. Not from, shoulder to hand, so to
That's like-
speak.
8 meters of tentacle.
Okay.
So-
How short is that
oh,
ship?
it's not so bad then.
You've got a small bunch.
Well, the point is, I called out to them, and I see some of them kind of splashing about. As far as I'm concerned, they're listening.
Alright. So we should get closer.
Be sure to film all this, Paulina.
I always do. Room. Paulina descends.
I object. I do not want to get any closer to these things.
What would you say instead? Or didn't we have things we were going to throw in the water? Let's do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be an idea. Just
I take my little toy torpedo with a camera on it, make sure it's properly connected so that Paulina can record from it. Should I roll a computer to make that happen?
Or shoot. For throwing.
Roll
If you
gadget.
believe
that
that
thing
you might-
everyone has.
If you believe that you might miss the ocean, you can make a roll for that.
Well, I don't think I will. I'm saying, is it already connected to Paulina's recording and everything?
No, you should probably turn it on.
Well,
Well,
okay, I'm turning it on.
You don't have to roll for that.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just going to assume that means it's already connected and it's good to go.
You just
I just
turn
need
it
to throw
on,
in.
plug it in, toss it.
You should
Roll
roll
a
a
flutter.
shoot, not
Make sure
hit
you
the
press the button hard enough to turn it on.
Kraken. Roll,
Done.
yeah.
Done, and done.
Give
And
me a
I walk-
physique.
do I really need to roll a physique
Oh,
for this?
I need at least a -2.
Okay. Let's go.
Hey!
All right, that
Crush
is
it.
at least a -2.
And it goes in the water.
I turn on my Pokemon.
Oh,
Oh my.
you didn't realize that type of play.
I have Ninjask and Vivillon fly down cautiously.
All right. So camera goes down. Camera hits the water. You see the squids around, see one of them approaching, you lose the feed.
Oh. Did it eat it?
Yep.
Oh, we got a good close-up shot, I guess, at least.
Okay, so
the two
that,
bugs descend.
Oh no!
They get close to the surface. Kraken jumps out. There are now 0 bugs.
Bug fixing, hooray!
Can it use conversion powder while inside?
oh yeah, we
No.
were gonna try to use sleep powder
It's
before we
fainted.
did this.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Can we use Storyclings to get a view from the inside? Well, not view, but like report from the inside.
I don't think Stroiklings are Wi-Fi compatible. Sorry.
No, but like Story could just tell, oh yeah, it's moist inside.
I can guarantee you it's moist inside.
Do you have any proof?
They're underwater.
You're underwater.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Stop.
But this does lead to a plan. Alright, so everything's failed so far, yeah.
We have the dead fish smelling piece of metal.
Yeah, we do. Alright.
I mean, we were gonna use that to kind of lure some, but they're already kind of here. So
Yeah, like really, we are there. All we need to do is film and
Does
like,
Right now
have,
you're just feeding the Krakens.
does Polina have a winch? Of any
I
kind.
don't think so.
any grabby arms? She was clearly hugging us.
Paulina
Short
has
range.
many grabbing arms.
Okay, are any of them equipped to rip and tear?
Are any of them external?
No, they
don't
shoot.
hurt them. Don't hurt them for nothing. What would the boy think?
They're creatures.
Are
What
they?
would the boy think?
Are any of the arms
Oh, the good
external?
boy?
Yeah,
They'll probably chase and eat it. Or try to. Might get
to
sick.
eat it, but he wouldn't just destroy them for no reason.
We're not trying to kill them. We're just trying to get a sample.
But rip and tear kind of implies killing.
Rip and tear means we get a piece of the flesh. That's it. I'm
Do
assuming they
tentacles
have...
regrow?
Starfish do, but I don't think starfish and octopus or squids are in the same family.
Can any of you magic peeps like try to investigate its alleged psychic hive mind thing?
Unfortunately, I don't think I can.
I don't
All
think
right.
I'm familiar with any one particular Kraken.
I mean, window's open. You can just ask him.
So we could just wait a day.
I vote for that.
We still have a Leviathan.
Okay, so I've forgotten what the good boy thinks of the swarm kraken.
I think
Bad,
bad.
I think.
Yeah.
Bad. Okay, so yeah, no, good boy would be okay with us getting a specimen of this. He's not fond of these creatures. Apparently, they are just chaotic. Well, I suppose we don't really know. You know what?
Yeah, you don't
You know
know.
what?
You can't just assume all of that.
You know what? You know what, Klossy, you're right. Perhaps I'm being too judgmental. So I'm going to go out onto the ledge, look down at the water, look at the teeming.
Yeah,
look at
they're
the
all
teeming
like
things,
grouping
all
up
the
underneath
things.
you now. Waiting for more
Uh,
food.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get stuff from the kitchen and just throw it down there.
No, that's my food.
No, your food is garbage.
No,
But,
that's Neon.
Oh, that's
Troy
real
gets
mean
up.
to
Troy
Winnie.
gets up.
I'm sorry, wrong one. Sorry. Anyway, that's not what Alfred said, by the way. So, anyway,
Winnie
so yeah.
slaps McNackus.
Oh no! The fourth wall is forever ruined. Okay, so yeah, I go over to the ledge and I go, "Excuse me, can one of you communicate at all? And are you sentient or something of the like? Do you understand what I'm saying to you?"
Stroik is going to peer over the ledge to see if Stroik can understand any of their responses.
I mean, I am gonna go and get some food to throw if no one physically stops me.
I'm busy trying to talk with them, as you suggested. So I'm
Doesn't
not gonna
sound like
stop you.
anybody is trying to stop you.
I
Yeah,
would.
like, we've already fed them quite a bit. Just stay at a distance because otherwise they get a Pavlovian conditioning that this ship is full of food.
You can throw the fruits and vegetables, but not any of my meat.
All right, I'm okay with that. And yeah,
That
that's
is
what
a
I'm gonna be
really
doing.
interesting idea to find out if they're omnivores.
Winnie can always summon more food.
No, we can always
Apparently,
find
that's what
more.
they're being used for.
Yeah, that's it. Just need the next knife juggler.
So, do they respond at all, or are they just swimming around?
They're just swimming around.
Okay.
And then they
I turned
eat
to
some
strike.
fruits and vegetables.
Okay. I turn to Stroik and I go, "You know a little more about swarms in general. Do you get any read on these?"
What can I roll? Empathy? To see if
Join
I
their
understand.
hive mind.
To understand, to commune or interpret their hive mind.
No.
Or at the very least, their body language.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, I can
Okay.
roll investigate to see what their current, or okay, you can look at a hive of bees and determine based on how they're grouping to see if they're aggressive or not. I'm assuming. Can I empathy or investigate to see what the current mood of the swarm is?
Does Sroik understand the pattern? The patterns of swarm kraken?
Probably not.
I'm going to guess they're just hungry like seagulls.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Strike
you
is-
don't need to roll.
Stroik's gonna be like, this is a foreign species to me.
I thought that might be the case. You're a bug and they're fish creatures, squid, whatever you want to call them. Okay. In that case, I'm just going to pray to the good boy that he might be able to give me a little more information on how to communicate or what to do here.
We could lure them closer to the shore. Perhaps they're more vulnerable in shallow water.
They would definitely be more vulnerable on the ground. But let me see if the good boy has any ideas.
If we could beach one.
Or see if there are any already on the beach.
They're more likely to follow a source of food.
Okay, let's try that. And also, we do have a bunch of grabby arms from our lovely Miss Pauline here. So, okay, let's go ahead and lure them closer to the shore then. I tell Pauline to kind of fly to the shore, just above the shallows.
In the way that the Leviathan is heading.
Sure.
I can have the Leviathan just smack
Boop.
them on the land or something.
Which, I mean, vroom.
Do the Krakens follow?
Speaking of the Leviathan,
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
I wasn't scrolled up far enough to see if there is progress.
There is a little bit of progress.
moved a couple of millimeters.
Have any of the Krakens followed us?
Yes. Yeah, it moved many centimeters.
Yeah.
Whoa, he's booking it.
So, how far up closer to the shore do they follow us, if any?
They're staying near you,
So if we get
so they will get right under you if they're small enough.
I mean, if we
Alright.
get too close to the shore and it looks like it will be dangerous for them, like, I'm gonna stop.
if we can get one on land, it should be closer or easier to investigate out of its own territory. I do not do well in water. I imagine they do not do well in air.
Yeah, I don't want any of them to, like, reverse drown, so...
Okay, so you do not want us to beach any of them then. Is that what I'm getting, Colossi?
Well, yeah, like, I am not going to purposefully lead one of them to get beached.
Hmm.
Right, as you're continuing this conversation, another one is jumping for the door.
Great. How does it do?
And this is a small one that's about the same size as Paulina?
A bit bigger than that.
Okay. I tell Paulina, fly upward 20 feet. 20 meters, why not?
Defender wins.
You're assuming that they have no skill.
Precisely why you just rolled 40F.
Plus whatever their skill is.
Paulina got minus minus plus plus.
Oh, fun.
Okay, so the thing jumps up, but Paulina just barely dodges out of the way. And then it keeps on sailing forward onto land.
Oh.
I would jump on land? Alright. You guys
It is
can
now
get your
flopping around on the beach.
Alright,
guys,
Sorek is gonna
Excellent.
fly down to it.
you guys
Yeah.
can get your samples, but then afterwards try to push it back in the water, alright?
Maybe we should
Alright.
wait until it's.
I'm going to actually, before Stroik leaves, I'm going to say, can you carry me down there, please?
Can I carry?
I mean, if you could carry milk, you can definitely carry
Yeah, that's fair.
Alfred.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm all bones.
Roll,
Not
roll
even any skin involved.
roll agility to see if you catch Strike before they leave the door.
Okay.
And GM decides, as GM is GM.
Agility.
Yeah.
Oh, I do not have that. All right, let's see what
Oh.
happens.
Ooh.
Uh-uh.
No. Can I get a fate point? Fate coin, by the way, for acting before speaking.
Sure.
Yay.
Also, Alfred, you just rolled -2. I'm trying to catch somebody at the door before they jump out of the door. Quickly.
Yep. Do
Alright.
with me as you wish.
I was going
Alfred falls out.
to follow Stroik as a flying animal. I didn't have time to say it though. So can I do that? And
As you were
like,
thinking of doing that, you see Alfred
Yeah.
run past you, trip, and fall out the door.
so I would do that and try to catch him on my way down.
Turn into a giant parachute.
Bone parachute.
So worth noting with bird, you still can't change your mass.
Yeah, but shape can catch air like a glider.
But just entering a bird form wouldn't fly. Because you would be a lot heavier than the actual bird.
You could spread your mass very thin, like a paper airplane is still. You don't need to fly; you just need to glide at this point.
Yeah, it's more of this very soft fall.
It would have to be like a custom-made flying form that you use.
So a sort of air flying rayfish.
Yeah.
For lack of a. So the thing is, I don't think I'd be strong enough to catch Alfred then in that case. But at least I'll be able to get down.
I mean, you might be able to catch me just in time, or I might be able to grab onto you just in time to so that you can glide just ashore.
All right, I'll have my
Give me athletics.
All right, I'm gonna have my ray shape, and maybe you can catch on my tail. Athletics, you said?
Yes.
Hey.
Would you like to invoke any aspects?
Is this explicitly for the catching Alfred thing?
For catching Alfred and gliding to safety. And or.
A double whammy.
Because I'd use the I am free to say that, like, I am free. I have full note. I can do whatever I want, which is including moving over in the air. I just don't know if that would help with catching Alfred.
I am free for doing something you've never done before, taking this
I would
flying
accept
shape.
it.
Alright, so that's what I'll do. Makes it a 4.
You're already more used to moving in 3 dimensions.
Oh, that's fair.
Accepting his invoking. Nice.
Right, so you do it. You catch Alfred, and you both barely manage to reach the beach.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Klossy. That was
Did they
quite
nail the
close.
landing? That's the important part.
No.
It's a rough landing.
I hold up a sign reading 5.
Man, Alfred's injury is pretty bad. He's got bones showing.
Meanwhile,
Well,
on Polina. Hey, Polina, can you go land us on the beach?
Yes.
Thank you.
Vroom.
3 ways of flight.
The safe way.
Dumb way. So Strike is going, like, making a beeline for the squid, the kraken.
Troik isn't a bee.
It's true. A roach line?
That kind of sounds like it'd be a bad thing to see in your house.
It's a conga line of roaches. And Strike is with Swarm.
Alright, so you got on the beach. Everyone's
Yay.
on the beach. That went down to the beach. And then Paulina's on the beach.
That's everyone.
How big is Paulina? Do we know in meters?
I'm gonna go to the other map and measure Paulina in Babbler monsters.
That works.
This is a glorious sight.
I'd imagine.
Witness this.
2, 3, 4. Oh. Zoom out.
Freaking out.
Fastbot plays Mount Your
60.
Friends.
Like, like 15 2/3 babbler monsters, width-wise.
So how
Do
does
we
that
know?
translate into understandable units?
Let's see, one width-wise babbler monster. That is measured in feet.
Oh, of course, we come from an alien world.
Alright, how tall is Winnie?
It all comes down to this.
Pretty short,
let's
isn't
see.
she?
Yeah, kind of short.
Like
12
like-
feet.
Between 4 and 5 feet. Like 4 and 8 inches. Do you count ears? Or just the top of my head?
normally height is at the top of the head. Otherwise, it'd be like
Alright, that's the wrong way.
That way is wrong.
Gotta hit OK. Is that good?
I don't know, the tip of the arrow is technically above my token.
I think the
No, that's
arrow.
not where the actual end is.
Close enough.
All right.
So now copy paste Winnie's there.
No. So
And the
it's
measurement's off screen.
171. No, 172
that's feet.
in feet.
So 52.5 meters.
That's like exactly the length of the Kraken.
Yeah.
So the biggest Kraken we saw
And
it was as big as the ship.
Babbler Monster is 11 feet in width.
That's big. It's like 2 people.
It makes sense for Babbler Monster.
Yeah, that's
Well, he's swinging his arm out in 2 different ways.
Yeah. He's swinging his arms from side to side.
So by new metrics, our ship is as big as some of the biggest Krakens that we've seen.
that we've seen. That's the important part of that sentence, I think.
Sure. So smaller Krakens would be
So
Smaller.
you've only seen smaller ones.
Which is quite lucky in my opinion.
great. So this one we've seen is a smaller Kraken, a young Kraken.
Remember the cat its rings when you cut off its tentacle so we can measure how old it is.
Measure the rings of its tentacle.
Yep.
Oh, I guess you can delete Ninjask and Vivillon.
I should probably also move you guys over to the map too.
All right, so we have a Kraken. What do we do with it?
Well,
Well, you
take
don't really have it.
take whatever
Yeah.
samples you wanted, and then we'll put it back in the water.
I'm guessing
Yeah,
it's like thrashing around on the beach.
Ask
Where's the
Swark
square?
if he wants to eat it, if he considers it trash.
It's not dead yet.
Fair enough.
I want to walk around to the opposite side of we're mostly away from Squish and take a bite.
Ugh. Yeah. All right, so
Don't hurt it.
we can't. There's no way, 0% chance that we're fitting this thing in our ship. Yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah,
we're putting
It's-
it back in the water.
the size
Alright.
of the ship or more.
Strike is going to cut off one of its arms at the shoulder, so to speak.
Tentacle.
I know what I said.
Don't.
How are you gonna do that? You can just nibble at it with your mandibles or something?
I'm gonna bite it off.
Close enough.
I mean, if it's the size it is, I don't know if you can bite it off in like one bite.
All right, how about this? Strike will ask Paulina if Paulina can grab one of its arms and lift.
First, I need to see how long this thing is.
Oh no, we have actual measurements on the map now.
Only for the squids.
Okay.
So this one is almost 3,000 feet long. 2,875.
It's what, 100 meters? That's big.
I was going to say I would roll stealth so it doesn't see me, but I don't think I have to worry about that now.
Probably not.
Now, who's going to map
That
that out to
is
see? how thick-
876 meters.
But now you have
Oh,
to
I
map
missed
it out to see how thick a tentacle is.
I mean, I'm perfectly willing to just spend a fate coin on this. Just chomp through it.
If that doesn't work, I have a plan B.
The giant squid's tentacle is made of squid.
Yeah. So I don't think it's hard to bite through. It's a matter of speed rather than difficulty.
And
I'll
a matter of
assist
not
with that.
being slapped
Yeah, so
by
give
the-
me a physique roll.
All right.
I'll help with
See
that.
how much you can.
How? What?
When he jumps on and also starts eating.
All right. You want to give me your help roll?
You don't roll
There's
for
no
help.
roll.
Oh, okay.
It's +1.
Okay. That's with +1, or that's not with the +1.
Which is it?
It's not with the +1. I rolled it just as is on my sheet. So that.
Alright, so Stroik
+1.
is insatiable. Winnie is also there.
I'm doing
Yeah,
1/5 of the work.
This planet is clean. I'm hungry. Or this city is clean. So I just tear through its arm. Just like
So Stroik just walks over and just starts eating through one of those tentacles. This thing is still alive and it is screeching.
I am very upset at this.
Does it taste like squid? Like calamari? Well, I guess Sorry couldn't know because I didn't think he'd actually have eaten like real food.
strike
Well,
while
you would
eating.
rate this raw squid a 9 out of 10.
Honestly, squid's good, man. But then it's
So
strike.
it's probably terrible to Stroik.
Yeah, Strike. It's like a 1. It's like a 2 out of 10. I reversed the scales for Strike.
But it's been on the floor. Food is
Sure.
on the floor. It's always.
I mean, salt tastes good. If you salt a bad dish and it tastes better, it's because salt's there.
It's probably way above the 10 for 3 second rule of hemp, regardless of. It's all nonsense anyway.
If
So-
Winnie got some of this and cooked it up, like you could easily get it to like a 12.
Ooh. I'd definitely take some with me. Whatever
So-
I can scrape off.
Sorek cuts the arm off and then attempts to lift the arm, and bring it onto the ship.
It's pretty heavy.
Shall I roll physique again?
Yes.
I will help.
Who's helping?
All right.
I mean, I'll help. I have 2. So.
All right. So that's 2 people
Plus
helping,
2.
and that's not
That's a
including the
5.
plus 2. Yeah.
Again. So yes, the 3 of you do manage to grab that tentacle and pull it onto the ship.
Excellent. Now, let's get this thing back in the water. I hope that it'll still be able to live. This is not exactly how I was planning on doing it. I was going to take a small skin sample, but
This
Oh.
is our small skin sample.
You think too small, my friend.
I think effectively.
And there is blood everywhere.
Sure.
What color is it?
Ooh. Is that the black of the palette? Black blood.
Both squids and octopuses. What? Excuse you? Octopi?
Yummy.
No, that's not correct, actually.
Yeah, but it sounds right.
Yeah, but it's a cryptid of language.
Well, that's dumb. I want my exceptions. They have blue
Sorry.
blood.
It's all.
Oh.
Well, I mean, technically, we got blue bloods too. It's inside our body.
All right. Does anybody want to suture this thing up before throwing it back in the ocean? Sorek doesn't care. I guess Sorek cares enough that it doesn't die, but I don't think Sorek can do anything about it.
I
Just
don't
strike
even
a-
know.
I'd recommend we might have to wait for my Leviathan to get here.
To what? Perform surgery?
No, to push back in the water.
We might be able to use Paulina's grabby arms to pull it back into the water.
And we never answered. Does she have external grabby arms?
Yes.
Yes, but they have guns at the tips of the fingers.
Well, as
They
long
are
as the
weapons.
guns don't shoot. As long as the guns don't shoot, it can still work.
Pew pew pew. All right.
Shoot it in the water.
But the question is
What's your mood?
Is Paulina angry and contemplative, creative, but many mistake it for being unfriendly, envious and elated, hostile, or understanding, but many mistake it for being antisocial?
I say elated and antisocial.
Yeah.
So
Hostile.
she's envious because this thing is the same size as her, but also a living creature. So it's like best of both worlds. And she's
She also doesn't
understanding.
get to eat it.
And elated that she gets to like show it what for by throwing it back in the ocean. And understanding because it's still a living creature and in pain, so there's some sympathy there. But antisocial because she gets to throw it back in the ocean. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my vote.
What was
too.
she envious of?
It gets to both be enormous like her, but also a living, breathing creature. It's like,
I think the problem is it can't breathe right now.
but yeah, she's like, here's a thing that's awesome. I wish I was awesome at that. But elated because like, oh look, I can do a thing it can't. Breathe out of water.
And also fly.
So for whatever reason, because of this one roll, we've decided that Paulina is envious of squids.
Only the giant ones.
Okay.
Right. Cauterizing wound. Paulina pulls out a flamethrower and singes the end of the tentacle.
Whatever works.
Then picks up the squid and throws it into the ocean.
Doesn't even need a roll for it.
The creature
Love
has
it.
been rescued.
So long, Kraken.
Roll a Kinsey scale.
That's
Or
a.
some semblance thereof. Okay. I look at Classy as like, and I just say, well, it may still live. I apologize. I didn't intend for it to be such a bloody operation. I was just trying to get a small skin sample.
The clay shifter isn't within view.
Classy? Has anybody seen where Classy went?
Was Classy inside the squid?
Oh,
I sure hope not.
Do we notice Squish? Which is a
Let's
weird thing.
find out.
It's a weird thing to ask the GM when it's only one player that knows.
Is Classy actively hiding?
Yeah, I'd say so. So I guess I'll roll. Is it stealth? I guess.
Yes. Versus teamwork notice.
Alfred would be the last person that saw them.
Depending on when she hid.
Yeah.
I don't have a stun for that because I was wondering, like, transforming to several smaller animals to help to hide, but that's technically not a stunt, so let's just roll stuff.
And let's get that teamwork notice.
Who has
Teamwork.
the highest default?
I have
Just
4
+1. Ooh, 4.
for what?
for
notice.
noticing.
I have noticed 2.
I have noticed too.
1 at 4 and 3 who also have notice.
So that's +3.
Alright,
And
shall
that's
I roll
everyone.
Shall I roll notice?
Yes.
That's without modifiers.
Alright, so that's a 9.
We are in tune with our surroundings.
You are given the exact latitude and longitude
And altitude.
and altitude of his location on a foreign planet you've just visited.
What are we looking for? We're looking for Quashi.
I believe that's a superb over that 4.
Yes.
Do I get something to invoke later?
Well, you succeeded with style.
Yeah.
I believe you succeeded with style even without the bonuses.
No.
No,
Three.
I got 2 over.
Yeah.
But can I get like the scent of clay as like something I can invoke later to find the clay shifter if they try to hide again?
Well, for now, you definitely found them.
Great. Where were they?
I don't know about the immediate environment to be able to answer you.
There's
It
a
was that-
beach.
It was that one gray spot in the middle of this tan sand.
I was actually going to ask earlier. What is the color of the sand on the beach?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Like, typically sand have, like, tall grass and stuff near sand dunes. I figured you could try to hide in there.
Oh, that's fair.
The sand is purple.
Ooh.
Oh,
I feel like-
neat.
I would have known that. I would have, like, known that before, because now I need
Yes.
to, like, kind of change my mental recording of what happened.
You-
That the sand is purple.
Your character would have known that, yes. They're not like, shit, hiding. Shit, the sand is purple! Oh no!
Let me get
Yeah,
the
we're just-
exact purple.
Looking at a splotch of brown gray on the ground, like, it's like, they can't save me. No possible way. Oh, wait a minute.
To be fair, Clay Shifter can also change color, so
Purple.
I don't see it yet. There it is.
I don't see it.
I already erased it.
No.
You missed it. It was a wonderful rectangle.
So, where
Yeah, I
is...
was able to Control Z it back.
Oh, that. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the Discord.
Me too.
That's why I have both open and visible, because things get displayed on both.
wait, where is it displayed?
On
It's at
roll
the
20.
Oh,
Like
above us.
northwest of us. Yeah.
If he's gonna decide the color of something else, we're gonna get a message in Skype. Like, what's going on? Stop it.
I think he's
How'd
going
you
to send us
install
an
this?
email.
How'd you install this on my computer?
okay.
Here, it looks like this. Sends you a text.
I
Let
don't know
me
the
fax it to you.
It's like, wow, are those smoke signals outside my window? Weird.
Just show up at your house. But I don't ring the doorbell. I just go outside of your window and light a fire. And start
Hey, hello,
making
police.
smoke signals.
This is your singing telegram.
Get a card in the mail.
The
Green,
sand is
Fire.
purple.
Jeez. That session was like last week.
Hire a birthday clown or show up at your door, and then he
Please don't.
points at his nose to show that that is the color you wanted to indicate all this time.
I look at the clowns, like, is this the strangest thing you've been asked to do? He's like, no, not by a long shot.
Order various objects of that color from Amazon. Send them to your house.
Anyway, I think there was some player drama going on.
Nah, that's
Something
less
like that.
important.
Baseball glove, a leather couch, cardboard. All
All
right,
right. So does Sroik point out where Flossie is?
probably. Where is they?
I think teamwork implies that
Yeah.
Oh,
we
we all
all
see it?
do.
Okay. I go up to the bush or whatever that Flossie's is hiding in and go, Flossie,
I mean,
are you fine?
As soon as there's anyone moving towards me, I must split into several smaller of the glidey things and let the wind carry me away.
I'm gonna follow. Can I athletics to follow?
Alright, go ahead.
All right.
I guess before I do that, the clay shifter would shout to everyone to stay away.
And this would be opposed.
I'll spend a fate token.
What do you roll gliding on the wind with?
Athletics.
All right.
So I'm being told not to follow. So I'm going to spend a fate point for anti-civilized to follow them. Anyway.
No. That doesn't
Fine.
make you faster.
All right, fine. Insquashable endurance. I'm gonna like whether I'm fast or slower, the wind will change direction at some point. I'm gonna keep chasing.
I could use coins, but I don't got any. So you don't actually need to.
Yeah, okay. I was preemptively doing it. Fair enough.
Like, unless you just want to humiliate the clay shifter too.
No, you're mine.
Right, Sroik is catching up to one of the clay shifter fragments.
Okay,
And
so
my
I have
shrinklings.
a question. If I try to use telepathy while the shifter is multiplied, what happens?
It's still one mind.
Yeah, it's
Like,
still
just-
one entity.
Yeah, it would work. I don't understand how it works, but Winnie would.
Okay, as long as I do.
Like, maybe
Yes,
you don't, you Pizza don't, but Winnie would.
I telepathy to Squish and ask why.
You saw what you guys did.
That was. Oh, I don't hear that right.
Yeah, it's the
No.
telepathy.
Strike also can't speak while flying. So Strike makes no rebuttal.
I am the chef on Paulina.
That does not bring me any confidence. No, like, that's one of not me. Like, I'm like, he's like me. Like, we're just part of what you're. If that's how you're treating it, like, you guys are going to do the same to me eventually.
Realistically, the reason Strike did that is because it couldn't fit on the ship. The alternative being like shoving it in, and it wouldn't work. Paulina,
Or just getting a small sample,
Yeah,
and
like,
not an entire tentacle.
no.
like, just to give an idea here. Like, I'm not saying this in character, but like, Clay Shifter kind of very made it clear she wasn't comfortable and like hurting this thing, and everyone blatantly ignore them.
Like, not only did you guys take off the entire tentacle, but you did it by eating through it.
May I
And
just say?
like, she knows you guys for like 2 hours, if you're generous.
Yeah. No, this was not how Alfred was going to do
Okay.
it.
Can I get a fate token for doing that? Actually, yeah, I ate through this thing after it was made clear that someone's uncomfortable with it
I
getting
feel it's
coming to harm.
too late though at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
It's always
But
too
I'm still asking. If the answer's no, the answer's no.
The answer is no.
The answer's no. All right.
No means no.
So I'm approaching you. I'm coming up quick.
I mean, I know you're gonna catch me eventually. Like, the die decided this.
Yeah.
But only one of Clay Shifter.
And I respond to say, I don't eat clay. My teeth were made for meat.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, you guys don't care. Like, I wanted to ride along because you guys like look like a fun bunch, but you're all monsters. Leave me alone.
Is Clausy saying this out loud or mentally?
Mentally.
It is just a Winnie.
Yeah.
Private
Okay,
conversation between Classy and Winnie.
Well, even though he can't hear it, he's just going to say, Clausy, where are you? I know this seems very distressing. It wasn't part of my plan. Shrek
Clausy
just kind
doesn't
of went
hear.
and did it. Well, I mean, there's plenty of Colossies around, which is why I'm kind of hoping that one of them at least heard.
I can guarantee you, none of them are approaching you.
I figured. Okay.
So, Squish, you saw that one of those ate the two bugs that I had summoned, and that just prompted you to go feed them more. Those were living things.
Wait, they were actual living things? I thought it was like phantoms you summoned.
No. Oh, there's a
That's
damn-
even worse.
I didn't want them to be eaten, but
You did just tell them to go down there and didn't retract the order after you saw the first thing that you sent down got eaten. Alright guys, keep going. Keep going.
they didn't go
Keep
into the
going.
water.
Is Clay Shifter attempting to retract from the group as a whole? If we let Clay Shifter go, will we never see them again?
I don't see the Cliff Shifter being able to really
Justify
get
coming
along
back.
with this group.
Lovely.
Somebody needs to convince them that what we're doing may not be like the strongest moral high ground, but that's like science. We are the pioneers of what we're doing. It's not always going to be agreed with by everybody that sees it.
Who'd be the best at doing this?
The person who's best at talking.
Clancy,
Yeah, it's
I believe, is already pretty convinced that you believe that.
Winnie has to be the one to convince her that animals need to eat. Well, we need to eat animals, or some variation of that.
Yeah, like Strike.
We need to eat.
Strike's argument, would Strike be able to make it, is like, A, that thing is one of many. It's coming from like a species that is like encompassed by one of many. That is not going to affect the larger group as a whole. Usually we're going after things that are unique, one of a kind. We're not going to do that to like you, the Yeti Drake, Spike Dominator. What? No. We're taking a piece of a larger puzzle that isn't going to miss it. But again, Strike can't talk right now because wings.
Yeah.
You can try talking to the one you're chasing after.
I can't. His Strike speaks with their wings. So while Strike is flying, Strike can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the perfect situation to make this the worst possible.
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, so I catch you.
Yeah.
Strike catches the Clay Shifter, and eventually
Strike has caught up.
grabbing that piece out of the air, Strike would land and make that argument. Like, in a situation where there is a hive-minded creature of a large number, a part of one of them, especially if one cannot fit in the ship, a part of one of them is going to do for the sample. However, in a situation where there's only one of something, we're going to make more efforts to not hurt it, or rather separate it from its body. Example, the flame thing. What's it called?
Shrine
Shrine-
Immolator.
The Shrine Emulator. It's like, we have a picture of that in our archive because it cannot fit in our ship. A drawing. That is the best. That is the most we have done on its research.
And meanwhile, Winnie's argument is, I'm the chef. Is my job to feed myself and the crew. To do that, something somewhere needs to die.
And like, Strike will admit, like, Strike will be the first one. It's like, I'm not accustomed greatly with the ways of society and humankind, or lizard kind, as yours planet may have, which isn't something you would say because humankind isn't the norm out here. But so it's like, I do what is effective for what my job currently is, and currently we are gathering research, and currently gathering research on those things. That's the only way to get a good idea of what it's about. Getting a large chunk of it so we can study a large array of what it is, rather than a small bit, which would give us a small idea and maybe the wrong idea of what it is. But as for the Yeti Drake, look, we've scheduled a talk with it. We have an appointment with talking to it. As you can see, like, we are not the bad guys here. We're just
Are
scientists.
Are we? Like
What's it Strike saying? It's like, we're not the bad guys. We're
there was
just
like
doing
literally
what's...
one scientist and he's not present.
We're researchers, is what we are. And we do what is best for the research and best for the things we research. We're researching. In fact,
Buckman,
speaking
answer
of...
me one question. Who
Strike.
exactly do you work for?
Who do you ask?
Only you may answer, Bugman.
There's a scientist on our ship who is usually present, or usually not present, but when they are, or when they next are, you may meet them. And when they next are, they are going to study the specimens I have brought aboard, and then we will release them. Even you may go after we study you. Like, that's genuinely what Strike's like. There's one guy who's been missing this whole time. And that's the guy I'm like, hey, you do the research. Here's the stuff to research. Research it. Oh, they're not here? Well, I guess I'll just get a collection then. It just happens that they haven't been here.
And they're going to continue to not be there.
Are they? Have they like
You're
said?
gonna
That
play
they're...
a different character, yeah.
Oh no!
But Sasha
So-
will be there as NPC.
And it
Okay.
looks like we might be losing the brand new character we just got too.
Yeah. So like, is Sasha like? Okay, Fuse. If Sasha is a character that is no longer going to be played, can they just be present on the ship as an NPC? Like starting now?
Sasha fades back into existence.
Thank you. Yes.
Way back on the ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
So okay.
Hey, Sasha.
Smoothing over the canon real quick, like a cement smoother. Sork is going to be. There's a man on the ship. I believe his name is Sasha. He is currently harboring me as a creature to live on the ship. I work for him. He is the one that does the research. If you meet with him, he can find out what he needs to know on you. No harm done. Presumably. And you may go. The Swarm Kraken is an exception for a unique set of circumstances.
And one of the circumstances is that he's delicious.
Sorek doesn't say that. Sorek doesn't think that either. It was disgusting.
I think it was pretty great.
Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, Sorek's basically like, we don't even want you to come with us. Like, you can fuck off as soon as we're done.
My
I feel
goodness.
that's more what you have said in the first place rather than the long explanation.
Like, all of that is true. Like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I
Actually,
wish...
I'm not part of this between you two discussion, but Squish did sign the contract to have a job, so
Yeah.
But,
they're not just a normal.
Yeah,
but
it's like-
is it legally
yeah.
binding when they didn't really sign their name?
Yeah, so like, Sorek will be like, it's like, you signed a contract to work on the ship as proof of being non-cargo. You may stick to that contract once we are done studying you, or you may leave.
I don't really understand your intentions.
We are here to learn.
You all frighten me to a degree I've never experienced before.
What? Even Jim?
Sorek doesn't respond.
I mean, Timothy would probably realize she's barely acknowledging him because he hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, I'm not really involved. Like, you guys are doing the research. I'm just a passenger.
He did
Yeah.
pull a gun on you.
Yeah, but that's whatever. That's a gun.
Yeah, and also, you at the time, Clay Shifter was looking like Timothy.
They were in a bit more of control at the time.
So yeah, those are Sorek's terms. Like you just need to stick around as long as you want, and as long as it takes to research you, and then you can go. Like that thing with the Kraken, not typical, admittedly.
I have a condition. Take a sample from the other monster you've captured and release it.
The what's it called?
The
Twist creature.
Twist creature.
Twist
Like,
creature.
I mean,
You want us to bite a piece off?
Can I spend a fate point to say that, like, Sasha has been studying the Twist creature this whole time and is almost done?
Sasha just got back into existence.
Okay.
So this whole time was that conversation just now.
Okay. So the condition is we have to release the Twist creature immediately after taking a sample of it?
Or done whatever studying you want, but
And then
before you
release.
leave the planet.
Oh yeah, like, yeah, that thing's hostile. We're not here to interfere. If that thing's hostile, we're not want to keep it, and we're not here to interfere, so we can't keep it. It also can't consent to coming with, so we can't keep it.
No, you can keep it.
What? That's interfering with the lore of the land.
I mean, still, in theory, you
for
could
the
still
purpose
leave
of
with it.
research. That makes it fine.
As far as Sroik knows, we can't keep it.
Yeah. So Sroik's, again, just repeating, Sroik's prime directives are study the mythical creatures of the world, don't die, and don't kill. Or was it don't kill and don't die? No, whatever. So it's
I think don't kill was like number 2.
Yeah. Don't kill and don't die.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. That caused some complications.
Yeah, because
So-
the order actually mattered once. Yeah.
Yes. And Sroik will admit this. It's like, my orders currently are to study the creatures of this land, to not kill anyone, and to not die doing it.
If Winnie's able to add something, I think she would definitely know that missing limbs don't always lead to death.
Yeah, but causes suffering.
How do you know that? Do you speak squid?
Also, yeah, I just realized.
He took it in high school. Thank you very much.
In
There-
fact, the squid was a
She
master.
there.
There's a theory that not going around, but just that exists, that insects can't actually feel pain. So I'm wondering if I want to go in and say in the story detail that Sroik doesn't know what pain feels like.
Shrike doesn't know a lot of things in character.
Huh?
Shrike doesn't know a lot of things, so that sounds in character.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, we cut its arm off. It's fine. It didn't feel anything. It's like, oh, really? It's like, yeah. I mean, I
What
wouldn't
did it
feel it.
feel?
Yeah, squids just make a weird screeching noise while they're having their arms removed.
Yeah, the sound is just surprise. It's
Yeah.
It's just something that they do.
Wouldn't you do the
So,
same?
all right. I want to spend a fate point to say that Sroik not only doesn't feel pain, but doesn't comprehend it either. Story detail.
Also, Google says no one's ever heard a squid make any kind of noise.
that's.
I mean, this is
Well,
your
now you have.
usual squid.
It is a kraken.
That's fair. It's a Kraken.
Is this one of them squids that has like a beak or something?
Most do.
Yeah, like that's a normal part for squid.
So I'm now imagining it doing a pineapple sound, like with squawk.
Wet squawk. Oh, that just makes it sadder.
I don't know if I want to. It's finished. Anyway, yeah. So that's Sroik's peace. It's up to Quash on where it goes from here.
I would allow that fate point.
Hey, I'm gonna do some research first before I spend it.
I mean, yeah, like ultimately, if they would release everyone else, like she would consent to that, but I just can't imagine it continuing the trip with y'all, like realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a meta level, when I decided to play as the clay shifter, my idea was to try to see how it would go to play an extremely peaceful character, but with this team in this
Yeah.
mission, it's impossible. It took me half a session to realize it's just not gonna work. So I just want to
Probably not.
snip that bug as quick as possible.
Snip the bug.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is, with this lizard society, they seem, since their emperor kills people willy-nilly, it's a
Yeah.
weird place to live for you.
So we could make the argument like, all right, you don't have to stick with us. However, if it pleases you, we could bring you somewhere else that doesn't serve this guy.
But like, even with this guy around, they made it kind of like their life's work to try to entertain people, right? Like
Yeah.
normal people on
That's
a
just
ground level.
all the more reason for you to be here.
Yeah.
These people need you.
Ah, okay, that's fair. So
Okay.
I think this is reasonable. Like again, we study the creatures, we let them go.
Yes, all
Except this
these
tentacle,
people
'cause I don't think
who
it's
are
gonna be doing much good.
insane and being attacked
we'll
by
s-
zombies.
We'll see what happens post this group leaving this planet.
Sure.
Can't
But,
wait for later this day when you get the squid steaks.
Squish, do you eat?
Like, hey, we got a lot more than we actually need, so I made some of it into food.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
that's
no.
definitely what Winnie's going to be doing with some.
Mentally, they checked out. Like they'll cooperate just to make it easier.
Sure.
But-
I'm sorry if I made your character leave the group, man.
Like it was it's what an experiment, you know. And that's the thing with experiments. Sometimes they don't work. That's the
Yeah.
nature of experimentation.
No,
Yeah.
all experiments must result in success. Success and success alone.
With another group, be different. But like considering this part of the group with the momentum it built, like it's just
Sure.
When it's
Yeah,
the
you-
only moral character in a distinctively amoral group.
Yeah, you have. Okay, so we have like. Well, you have the cook of the group, Winnie, who she's just like animals. We gotta eat. That makes sense to her, but it wouldn't make sense for a peaceful character who doesn't have to eat because it's
Doesn't
free to
eat?
play.
like the way
Yeah.
that the Claymore understands food is people got food in stalls. I don't know where it comes from, but
It comes from a magic box that's in their kitchens.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that makes sense. Like it makes. So yeah. So Winnie seems violent. Sroik seems violent because he just knows what he needs to do and does it, no questions asked, and just he
So-
doesn't care what people think.
Originally, Strike was. I wanted Strike to kind of be the moral back weight to the group, but then as time progressed, Strike more became the like functional back weight to the group. Like, all right, we're going to keep everybody on track, not necessarily morally aligned, but on track.
You're
Yeah.
the worker bee.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like we have two people who are like, for their own purposes, like they're doing exactly what they feel needs to be done, but it can come off as violent very easily, or it can straight up be violent. And then, well, Jimothy, I don't think is very violent. Jazz is not very violent, but like,
Neither of us is present.
yeah. Well, I mean, Jimothy is here, but not present to contribute to the conversation here. Yeah, and Alfred's the only one who tried to vouch for everything, but he was not able to stop anything from happening in time.
Timothy is there, but doesn't counterweight both the impressions of Winnie and Stroud.
Jimothy drinks alcohol.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
Oh no.
that's no right there.
Very bad.
Everyone's terrible. Gotta go.
Okay. What now?
Everybody. Yeah.
I'm just sad because that means we not only disrupted Fuse's plan for the clay shifter, then it gets discarded.
Well, we learned about the clay shifter.
Actually, technically, we've gotten a lot of footage of the clay shifter.
That's true.
So
Don't forget my rule for Fate.
What?
Nothing is ever planned in advance.
That's true.
yeah,
That is accurate. We
It
can
is
mess up
not
things,
possible to mess up my plans because I don't
That's
have
true.
any.
but You literally told us how you make the planets and whatnot. It's all generators, so
yeah. So no, you didn't ruin anything, and if
Yeah.
anything, we ruined it. So.
I mean, it made for an interesting place where one of the critters was player control during the interaction.
Yeah. And I was the one who even suggested the clay shifter, but hey, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
So next
So-
session we get Raukau as the Yeti Drake.
All right. Well,
He just plays all the cryptids of the weeks.
I'm GM2. Hughes does the world. I do the monster, and
Next session, Raukau as the good boy.
That would be magical.
actually, I'm just gonna take like a little BRB to go to the bathroom and get myself something to drink. We still got a ways left to the session though, so
True.
but
Oh,
I'll
okay.
BRB.
I'll be right back too.
All right.
Everyone
So-
has left us.
It appears so. So Flossie has officially said, okay, I'll cooperate, but, probably going to be out after you're done with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Raukau as the box imp.
Cast form is still around.
The Charmer.
How does cast form feel? How much disobedience does cast form?
Oh, it didn't see the bug debacle.
What's we should put character sheets for all the Pokemon to show up.
No, you shouldn't.
Give me its health. Give me its mood. Give me its nature.
Give me its IVs.
Give me its. How cool is this cast form? Tell me.
Around room temperature, I imagine.
Hmm?
Around room temperature, I imagine.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, hey, Milk and the Babbler monster are still outside the ship.
Yeah, I have no idea where that Babbler monster image was from in all of the menus. So just in case I ever need it again, it's here forever.
Okay.
Don't forget, banned forever.
That's just going to be, there's just going to be a little corner of the screen that just contains all dead or unused or previously used characters.
So originally, my plan was Soroik was just going to fly down to the surface of the ocean and chop one of these things' 10 arms off. But I figure that might be a little suicidal.
That
So I'm
would
like,
be.
maybe we can beach it.
You know what? I legit had a thought that if I needed to convince Clossie that we didn't intend to do something so violent, or that these creatures are actually like just literally just monsters who will eat anything.
Yeah.
I was thinking of making like letting Alfred throw like some of his bones into the water and they just ravenously eat it. He'd just be like, look, this is me, and it's eating me. It's evil.
I'm back.
Well, that logic stands to reason. Hey, why not just summon a larger ghost dog and have it fetch one of the fetch a squid? We can study
thing
it.
is-
You should
The thing
summon
is, the
things
ghost-
from the random generator at some point.
Yeah, I want to, but there was no particular need for it. None of the dogs.
I was
at
referring
least
to
as
Winnie.
far as- Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Man,
there's
if-
already a Leviathan on the way.
I mean, if Sasha had been here the whole time, it would have been like, all right, we can't fit this thing on the ship, but it's currently on land. Let's study it here.
Yeah.
Look, be glad that we finally fixed Sasha's weird relationship with existing.
Yeah.
I am glad.
Solved.
Sasha immediately went to his room.
Of course. He's like, you know what? I just imagine it just being like, that's it. I don't care anymore. I don't want to deal with these people. I'm gonna do the research. They can just give me whatever they want, and I'll just stay in here and
Yeah.
let the chips fall where they may.
I'm just wondering how long it's going to take before you guys just give up on being a research crew, just steal the ship and go do something else.
What?
It's hard
That's
to do
our
with
entire thing.
Paulina in control.
Yeah, part of it's Paulina, part of it's Alfred serves whoever he thinks is in charge. At the
And
time,
Troy
it
is
was
very much,
Sasha.
Could we, if someone had, and I understand this would probably take her like legendary or something, but if someone had enough computer, could they rewire Paulina's like motives?
In theory,
I think
it
that
would
might be
raise
more
some
so
major
a
ethical
provoke.
issues.
Like, would it be
Wow.
technological or mental?
It would use computer.
What about with high enough charisma instead?
That would
Okay,
be less
so-
unethical.
Yeah, just convince her. Like, just outright, plain old convincing her.
Yeah, she's like, hey, this is dumb. Let's go.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Alfred might be able to do that. He has extremely high empathy.
It's
But-
charisma for convincing. Empathy is like notice for emotional show.
But,
Timothy's
but also,
whole thing
I'm not
is-
sure. I'm not sure where Alfred's. I don't know where his loyalties would lie because he's been told that the captain of the ship more or less seems to be Sasha. Sasha still exists, but now he's stuck himself inside his room for research. And so the only other thing I could see him seeing as an authority is Uwat. So he might actively avoid that. I don't know.
What Alfred needs is to know who is officially the second in command.
Yes, and nobody seems to know that.
I mean, what was
So he's kind of made himself the second in command, but he wouldn't tell you he was.
Well, I believe Winnie was the third in command.
wasn't it Jazz because the mechanic is more important than the cook?
Oh yeah, Jez is the mechanic.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
But
Okay.
Currently
Yes, it's
doesn't
present.
exist.
Yeah.
All right, can we get a rundown of who exists?
Well, right now is whoever's in chat.
Yep. Okay, let's get on with this though. Move forward. So
Oh,
Clossie
and-
has officially agreed to come back onto the ship for research, but then
Yes.
leave later.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Flossie
Okay,
was
cool.
going to go talk to Sasha.
Right.
Okay.
But and had a question for whoever. I think Winnie sufficiently described the circle of life and eating, so that Squish could put two and two together. That the lizard she lives with also eats things that were once alive. Would
I
you
don't
not?
know. Maybe you're just telling a really good story.
I can go into detail if you want.
I mean, I know you've met a lot of people for whom you explained something very scientific and accurate, but because it's new information, they like outright don't believe
I
you.
mean, you spend a lot of time in the market.
Yeah, seeing strictly prepared food.
These people like their fish.
That's fair. It's fish though. It's not squid. It's different.
It's like,
Squids
Do
are
they-
more alive than fish.
Can I
Yeah.
spin a fate point to say that they also eat the squids?
I mean,
No.
Yeah,
They're way too
Captures-
big.
That would also like immediately solve a moral dilemma in the
Doesn't stop people from eating like whales. Like when it was.
But that's
when it was
different because
legal.
like you only see a part of it. It doesn't register as bad.
I
Whales
see.
aren't going to
Okay.
murder you with tentacles.
That too.
Yeah,
Also,
so
They'll
it's
hit
like-
you with teeth.
Like, it's not a moral issue for them, it's a logistics problem.
these people
Yeah.
have ships with guns to shoot at the water.
No, they have ships with guns to shoot at other ships with guns at other planets.
I mean, if they wanted to, I'm guessing the Immortal Emperor could just go pick one up, deliver it to the group, but he doesn't want to. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
So it's a logistics / I've got better shit to do issue. So we have our specimen for studying for the Kraken. We've offended our clay shift partner. We still have an appointment for the Eddie Drake. The Leviathan is still making their way downtown, moving fast, faces past, and it's ocean bound.
Yeah, it's still going over there.
So what now? Fast forward. Anything else anyone would like to do?
Let's just all get on the
There's-
ship first, and then
Yeah.
we can make
Oh, yeah.
sure that Sasha gets the specimen for research. Also, explain to NPC Sasha that we are going to have to remove or let the twist creature leave at some point. So we're going to need to research it in our hold and then release it before we leave the planet.
Yeah, sure. Like, if we had a bigger containment space, I don't think Sorik would have as much of a problem of keeping the creatures with. But it's like he sees this space. Sorik sees the space. Sorik's like, all right, we have enough room for like what, 8, 10 creatures in here. Yeah, we're gonna have to let them go at some point.
Yeah.
But if we had like a fucking Superman Fortress of Solitude zoo in here with like full containment and environmental features for everything we captured and more, it's like, hey, bring it around.
Yeah.
Bring it with us.
Oh, we got all this empty space here.
Oh yeah, by the way, since it's never gonna happen, I had plans if Quake Shifter would have stayed around to eventually try to release the Twist Monster, not
Sure.
knowing they were planned to be released.
That would have been a thing.
Are you saying like as a player you didn't know we planned to release them?
Even as a player, I wasn't aware we were gonna be.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that we were going to keep it as well and bring it straight to Uat.
Yeah, just deliver it.
Be like, we got a live specimen.
Aren't we kind of far away from the nearest UWAT station?
That would waste so much time going back and forth from planet to planet.
I figured like we
planet
just
to Uat to planet to Uat to planet to Uat.
like we collect critters during our cycle, and when we're done, we bring everything at once back.
We don't have the space for that.
No, but that was part of the game challenge, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I was
Space
thinking
management.
either, but oh well.
It's like, I don't know if it was part of the Prime Directive, like the Prime Directive, not even what Sorik has, but above that. I don't know if it was part of that, but I feel like leaving the mythos on the planet it was from is pretty critical, like to maintaining order anywhere.
But on the same time, we did such a thorough job of destroying all of the eco and social system we visited that it didn't really register to me.
Probably, yeah. That
Like,
makes sense.
again, I maintain it's like, imagine for a moment we live in a world identical to ours except for Bigfoot's real. Like the same mythos and same like
Yeah,
difficulty finding
Nessie's
Bigfoot
there,
is
the
there.
Sasquatch is there.
Yeah, and then like
yeah.
aliens come down and take Bigfoot. And it's like suddenly people stop seeing him. It's like, huh. Like reports stop coming in. It's like it's like whether or not he's real or not is not the problem. People stop seeing him. It's gone. It doesn't happen anymore. It's like
Well,
people
I
are
mean,
scratching their heads like
Ever since cell phones are gone, we've stopped seeing UFOs, so I wonder if that's what happened.
Well, obviously, aliens are shy.
Aliens came and took our UFOs.
We solved it! We cracked
So
the
that's why
game!
they parked up.
They came in to pick up the kids.
Alright, kiddies.
We're on to you, Area
You've been
51.
playing around here for too long. It's time to go home.
Oh,
Bro.
I had a question that I was going to ask at the beginning of session that might change the way Squish thinks about things. How did she or not see the Winnie on the TV doing the thing? Since she was
She has an extremely high will,
But did that change her opinion of Winnie when everyone else in the marketplace started acting weird?
so the way that, assuming she makes the connection between the story and that happening,
Winnie was on the
Yeah.
screens. All of them.
honestly, now I'm starting to think maybe that's part of why, maybe she kind of tried to, understand it as being, not an unpermanent thing, just like a weird wide-range prank that you would then turn off, in a few, after everyone had a laugh.
Wasn't Winnie also covered in blood at the time?
Yes.
Or at least dripping from the mouth?
The thing is, then the zombie things happened, so survival kicked in.
Oh, sure.
So that kind of escaped their mind afterwards.
I wonder how the zombies are doing. Are zombies mythological creatures?
No, they're part of the social structure. They're
Part of
not.
the plot.
I guess we don't. I guess we just don't care about them then. Just leave them. They're supposed to be here. It's fine.
Yeah, they're just, they're kind of like pigeons. They're just kind of around.
So TLDR, now that you mention it, I think that the clay shifter should not have been as amenable as soon as she saw Winnie, but player error.
Sure.
Oh, well. Was
I
it
think
meant
that
to
was
be?
GM error.
Yeah, Fuse.
So, about that interview.
So, interview with Sasha and Clayshifter. We're both at the ship. Shrike, Clayshifter, back at the ship.
Are you guys
Scene.
done with your sampling?
Hmm?
Oh.
Character.
There's a Mrauth.
Meow.
Yeah, Jazz and Jim were just on the ship while you guys were doing your thing.
Because Jim is asking y'all about y'all.
What?
You guys done with your sampling?
What?
You guys already done with taking your samples?
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I guess it's time for the interview.
I mean,
Are you going to role play the interview, or is it just going to be they interviewed?
I mean, I figured it's just happening in the background in Sasha's office while you guys are tooling around.
Okay. Then, all right. I guess the rest of us need to decide what to do next. In which case, I'll turn to everybody and go, well, that didn't go exactly according to plan, but to be fair, I don't think we really had a plan.
How it always is.
Remember the rule of fate. There is no plan.
Shrike, I know you do not understand this, but I
Wow.
think you've really, I think you've really put off. Actually, I think it seems like many of us have really put off Clayshifter or Clausy.
It is not our job to please our guests.
Well, you were not wrong. I was even surprised that we managed to get the clay shifter at all on our ship.
What happens if we force her to stay?
I will not
mean-
allow that.
They'd be there, but they would, and not as a player character.
They'd be screaming in a tube.
Right next to the twist creature.
Is that like? Is that someone actually saying that in the game, or
No, that was just me
Okay.
thinking.
because Alfred would not allow that? He would be
I
like,
was just imagining you go to the clay shifter, like, so what if we make you stay? Like,
turns out you don't have a choice.
Bye?
I hope you're okay with that, because you don't have a choice. No.
Ice beam.
Hello. Welcome,
Howdy.
Mruff.
Hello,
Is that how you pronounce it? Mruff?
Ralph.
Mruff?
It's like a cat sound.
Oh, makes sense. Okay.
It's a noise you make with your mouth.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we've just we've just lost the clay shifter as well, not quite lost the clay shifter, but
Dissuaded them from staying aboard.
yeah, clay shifter's probably not sticking around anymore because we kind of beached. Well, clay shifter was. I can let Raukau explain it, I guess, better.
Well, basically, it's just that seeing how everyone handled dismembering that octopus. It does not fit in with Clay Shifter's more peaceful lifestyle and life goals.
Yeah, just long story short, we beached an animal that the clay shifter thought could be a regular sentient creature.
It was too big to fit on the ship.
It was too big to fit on the ship, but Sroik literally ate an entire tentacle off of it to take as research. And then Winnie kept on talking about needing food to cook. So, yeah,
Yeah,
Clay Shifter's
Squish.
not on board with this particular set of values that we have set forth.
Squish threw the extra food off. I need more.
Yeah, basically, just like TLDR, just Clay Shifter was on board because they thought it was a bunch of people having fun, but when
No,
they
we're
saw,
doing business. We have a
yeah,
job.
when they saw the nature of the actual business, they changed their mind.
We are science. There's no fun allowed in science.
What's a chop shop? Sounds fun.
Time to dissect frogs.
Yeah, frogs.
Hey, you want a job as a human trafficker?
You think human is a thing about? It's like there's a bunch of humans crammed in a hallway honking at each other. It's like, ah, sounds funny.
All right.
So, interview, come and gone.
Or like
So at the end of
simultaneous-
the interview,
Okay.
Sasha wants to know how how those people were able to get you to come in for an interview.
I would answer. You know what? Since I'm going to answer truthfully, I thought everyone looked like they were cool people and were out to have a good time, but
I
our
am.
ideas of a good time are a bit more divergent than I expected.
Believe me, I didn't.
No,
have
these
that
people
great
are
of a time
monsters.
lately either.
Oh, wait, you. Why do you work with them if you know this?
I can't leave. Run while you still can.
I mean,
They've killed thousands.
Million.
I can help you get out.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
How?
I mean, I haven't thought about it, but like you guys are still here for a few days, right? Like I'm sure, like those people, like they have to like sleep and stuff, right?
Can I spend a fate point to say Strike doesn't suck?
I was about to say. I don't think
Fate
Sroik does.
points. Can I spend a fate point to say that Strike does sleep?
No.
I want to see how this plays out.
Well, I mean, that's like the cliche has to add, but also like, or like, you're allowed to like go out of the ship, right? Like I saw the others go out, like you can too, like just out to visit a place.
They'll find me. They always do.
Look, look, I spent my entire existence hiding my identity. I can help you. I know exactly what to do. If you're really this miserable, I insist that you come with me. We'll find a way.
It's a good thing that he's already planning on making a new character.
Never mind lobotomizing Paulina. Let's just
So-
rip out the brain.
I googled Duroch's sleep, and the first sentence is, "Yes, cockroaches do sleep if you define it that way."
Wow, that's just ominous.
Yeah.
Like, you can say that about literally anything. Like, yes, humans do have green blood, if you define it that way.
So one thing about Sasha leaving, I think Winnie would think that, like, Sasha plus Paulina are essential to continuing going from planet to planet, and wouldn't leave without Sasha.
Well, there's the next arc, I guess.
What if this wouldn't be good for Raocow, but what if Clay Shifter pretended to be Sasha and let Sasha here? And it's like, it's for the greater good. You gotta let this guy escape.
It just occurred to me that Sasha had already escaped by his lack of existence, and we forced him to re-exist.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
This is not the first time that Sasha has attempted to escape you.
The universe has determined you cannot escape. And the funniest thing is, if he really did want to escape, Alfred could let him. Alfred totally would. It's like, all right, fine. You don't want in. That's good. I will serve you by helping you out of this madness, and I will continue in your stead, babysitting these people.
That first opportunity.
All right. Anyway,
You know,
What
in
are
this
we
part
doing
of
now?
space, it's kind of hard to escape the chaos and madness.
That's why all these mythical creatures are still undocumented. It's just been too messy to actually get real research done.
actually, I'm sorry. While we're on tangents, like, how did each of these characters prefer, specifically the ones that were at the very beginning of this whole like mission? How did they each get on board the ship? Like, were they just like sent as a team? I know that some of them came on later.
Yeah, the original crew was assembled by UAT.
Okay, and the original crew was what? Milk, Jazz,
Sasha and Winnie.
Sasha, Winnie.
Sasha, Winnie, and Jazz, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe kind of strike, depending.
Q-Boy's character, who is now just dead at the cockpit.
Yeah.
Actually dead. We just haven't checked them. And
Yep.
they're not faded out of existence. They're there, just dead.
Okay. So
Strike was already on the
theory,
ship.
in theory, those who are still here would still be UWAT employees. So Jazz and
Yes.
Winnie.
Yes.
I mean, Strike was made an official employee.
True,
I-
true.
I like how Sasha put us in such a good light by saying we killed thousands.
he just won't admit the truth himself yet.
Oh, he
He
doesn't
just-
know the actual numbers.
He's sitting at a bar one day, like leaning on a hand with a drink in his hand. He's like, "It was millions." It's like,
To be fair, the more accurate way of saying it is it would be she's killed thousands.
Milk helped.
Milk.
Strike help, milk help.
Okay, okay, they then works.
Yeah, it's more than 50% of the group.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I guess while the interview is happening, I'm turning to the other teammates and it's like, okay, well, we're having an interview with the clay shifter, so that's taken care of. I'm glad that Clossie didn't leave. And now we have a sample of the what is it called? Swim Kraken. So I
How big is
suppose
This
Then-
sample again.
so while we're in the area, we do still have the Spike Dominator.
Yes.
nearby, while we're waiting for the interview with the Yeti Drake.
Yes,
Shall
let's
we
go check
go
it
and-
out.
Yeah.
I'm just now thinking, like, I'm really surprised that they haven't destroyed this planet yet. They haven't, right?
I'm fully expecting us to get like shot at by the spike dominator with one of its spikes, bring in one of its spikes as a sample, and then Clay is gonna be all like, "Oh, you did it again!"
Yep.
Well, they
Well,
didn't
we'll see
destroy
what
the
happens.
planet yet, but they did get the king really mad.
Just wait until Winnie casts a spell that makes every swarm kraken explode, and it just actually destroys the planet.
Save me.
Who's
We'll work
that?
on it.
Is that Sasha?
Or was it Fuse?
You'll never know.
This game is literally going to end with everybody just leaving.
Except Strike. It's gonna be Strike and
Shrek and Winnie.
The Sroik and Paulina show.
yeah, Strike and Paulina. All right, next planet.
If all else fails, Alfred will remain loyal to Stroik. So
Aw.
if anybody is still around, he's probably sticking around.
I mean, Milk would have stayed. He just
Yeah.
his life changed.
His
a
life
little
has
bit.
changed. Yeah.
I like because of how Strike is, and because of how the Paulina's attitudes are all worded. Strike would only ever get the surface emotion of anything that happened. It's like Paulina, it's like happy, well, which deliberately conceals being hostile. It's just like, oh, I'm glad he's having a good time.
Just like earlier today.
It's like, meanwhile, the ship's like trying to stab him. Like, she sure is chipper.
Meanwhile, the ship is literally driving into meteorites in the sky.
There was that one time when Paulina threatened to drift into a sun because people didn't understand Christmas.
That was the non-recorded one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Dang nabbit, that sounded amazing. I wish I could hear it.
It's gonna be like, it's like if there was an introduction animation for this anime, it would all be scenes from the Christmas episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
This
was
is the
just
only-
like the essence of this game.
The unaired pilot, so to speak.
Basically. Remember that time when Winnie challenged the devil to a dreidel contest?
That happened. My soul was on the line.
I'm gonna be right back.
All right. So I'm gonna ask Paulina to go to where we know the Spike Dominator is.
Is the interview over?
The interview
So-
has ended.
I'm just gonna say this though. After the interview is over, I'm staying in Sasha's room extra long as we kind of talk about something.
Okay. Well, as far as we know, the interview is still going on, so we're not going to interrupt.
So as far as you guys are aware, it just seems like it's just a very long interview.
Yeah.
Hey, Leviathan, you keep going. You're almost there.
Phone. Phone has given up. Yeah, you'll actually see the Spike Dominator shooting at the Leviathan.
Well,
We can ask the Leviathan to just stay still so we can pick up one of the spikes.
What does the Spike Dominator look like?
Probably like that.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, so it's a turtle. It's a shell. It's a spiky shell. It's Bowser, but not Bowser.
Do the spikes regrow?
Yes.
Are there any spikes stuck in the Leviathan?
Tons. It looks
Cool.
like it's been at this for a while.
Shrike, could you please go collect some spikes from the Leviathan? 20 will do. If you see any that look different from the others, then grab those specifically.
I mean, how big are these spikes, actually?
Also, Nyan was AFK.
Okay.
They're about the size of the Dominator's head. But, like, with the point.
How big is the Dominator's head?
About as big as one of the spikes.
How big is its shell?
I'm going to say that its head is the size of, like, a large lizard person head.
I'm back.
That's cool. I'm glad I have large lizard people in real life to compare that to.
yeah.
Being back.
Yeah.
All right.
I just
okay.
don't have any metric for being back aside from the heads of large lizard people in real life.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, either way, is it small enough to carry?
Who
It
do we
could
decapitate
maybe
this time?
fit in the door.
Oh, so one of them is big enough to barely
Like
fit
the
in door.
the Dominator.
Oh, the Dominator. No, I'm talking about the spikes.
Yeah.
No, we're not chopping off another limb.
Then we don't need to. There are already a ton of them it's shooting the spikes, and there's a ton of them stuck in
Yeah.
the Leviathan.
Oh,
So-
is it being attacked on its way here?
Yeah. Okay. So the Leviathan is being attacked by the Spike Dominator. There's a ton of spikes stuck in the Leviathan.
And it can't
Shrike,
really
could you-
fight back in its current state.
Sure.
Yeah, Shrike,
Well,
could you please get some spikes from the Leviathan? A good 20 we should do.
Would my strikelings count for collecting large
No.
quantities of something? All right.
Try to find at least the biggest one and the smallest one, and then get some other specimens as well.
Yeah, I can do that. Strike can go and collect the spikes, the loose spikes that are stuck in the Leviathan. In the meantime, we should probably be this is a great opportunity to record the behavior of this thing. We should record it in its attacking state.
Yeah.
And probably get another picture, record some of its behavior that we can from a safe distance away.
Yeah. I think Paulina already records everything.
But
Good.
how does Paulina feel about it?
Oh.
Social and
Attractive.
terrified.
Yes.
Moody and sociable. Everything is social. Dependent, which unconsciously conceals being excited. Very agitated. Or scared, which unconsciously conceals being social.
Okay, can we do
Social and terrified and scared and social.
I kind of want to avoid social.
Yeah.
We've had
Yes.
enough social. What?
I was thinking scared and dependent, which unconsciously conceals excited and social.
I was
But-
thinking dependent and excited and very agitated.
It's very excited to see this kaiju battle going on.
I like social to scared terrified. just from the stacking combo, but for this scene, I think like Strike is about to go out into basically what's a firing range of these spikes being launched. It's still attacking, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Strike is about to go into the firing range of these spikes being launched in the air. So I'd like to think the ship worries about me. Dependent and scared, which seals being social and excited.
Something tells me this is going to bite us in the butt, like, in 2 seconds.
Does
That's my
everybody
vote.
agree?
Isn't that the point of choosing a mood?
I agree with those two.
Yeah, sure.
So it is.
Yay.
How fast does it regrow a spike?
Alright, so Paulina is recording the Spike Dominator from like a mile up.
Okay. And Strike goes to
Are you
the
sure
bay
we should
door.
be this close?
I think we're far enough. Right now, the Spike Dominator is focused on the Leviathan.
I
So
think
as
we
long
should
as
get
you-
closer. Can somebody defend me?
No, I don't think that's very possible. Not very easy to do. I think we should stay here.
Strike
Strike will
asks,
handle getting
define,
those spikes.
define defending.
Get in the way of the spikes. So that they do not hit me.
Just
None of us are
flank
able
range.
to do that. I know how to do it.
Get
I
behind
know
the
how to do this.
Leviathan.
Yes, get behind the Leviathan.
But then I won't be able to record the Dominator.
Could you shoot the spikes out of the air?
I need
Just-
help.
Stealth and just not be noticed by the Dominator.
In that case, we should stay here. Stay here, and we'll handle getting the samples. I believe that would be fine.
I'm getting closer.
Do not get closer.
Perhaps its attention will be drawn to, or either kept on the Leviathan or drawn to me as I collect its spikes.
I'm approaching the Dominator. Please
I will
protect me.
approach the Dominator.
Strike
not
is
protect
launching out
you.
the door.
You are much larger than any of us. Stop.
Strike is launching out the door.
Alright. You are
Uh,
very close to the Dominator already. Give me an
Alright,
athletics.
All right. Whoa, whoa, oh, there's my sheet. Just regular athletics. 3. Wow, 3 minus 2. Hold on. Is there anything I can spend on this? I mean, I am. Yeah, unsquashable endurance. I'm not afraid to go into this fray for the purposes of getting my goal done. I'm willing to endure what needs to be done. I'm unsquashable.
Alright.
Whoa.
Where?
5.
Oh, you threw it way off in the other
Oh.
corner.
Alright,
Good.
I'm up here now.
Alright, you successfully dodged the spikes.
Yay!
Paulina,
Ouch.
on the other hand.
Ouch!
Spikes are being shot at the ship.
Paulina!
Ouch!
Evasive action!
Ouch!
Stop this!
I need a pilot!
I am the pilot!
Pilot!
I can't pilot you! I need to...
How about command her verbally? Left, right, up, down, starboard, aft.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel!
What does
Tell her
that
to do a
cheat code
barrel.
unlock?
It unlocks
She's-
big head mode.
Oh no! That's the opposite of helpful.
Okay, so...
If we do big head mode and the Spike Dominator's spikes are the same size as its head,
Big head mode with the Leviathan.
It's all head already.
Okay.
Roll your rapper.
All right. Let's go.
But she's still excited and social. Unconsciously. Not subconsciously, unconsciously. She's knocked out.
Okay, that's a fairly low roll for me, but that's what it is.
Unless you fate coin.
I will be willing to fate coin it if I need to.
You won't know if you need to until after you decide to.
I'm going to fate coin it. Flop.
That's barely even on screen.
Sorry, I don't know where this. What? Where'd it go? Oh, did you take it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What are you gonna do with all those fate coins?
Take them to the bank. Invest them wisely.
Eat and be merry.
Eat and get married.
Yep.
Alright, you are successfully evading the spikes. Excellent. But can you try to keep it more stable? I can't get good footage.
Good footage.
Can't get good footing in the air.
Oof.
Just
good
to the
airing.
visual, it probably won't be able to see you that much.
Okay, I'm going to roll to see if I can conjure up an RC car that can distract it on the ground.
There is also Sroik and the Leviathan. It's shooting at all of you.
I was thinking of just like tossing a blanket over its head, see if that works.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Who's going to make it?
Jazz. Jazz will make a blanket.
All right.
Alright. Jazz has successfully made a rectangle.
Yeah. That's basically a blanket.
What's it made out of?
Rectangulum.
It's made out of blue.
What shade? Can you send that to me in Morse code?
I can't.
How does Morse code handle numbers?
Probably.
Basically, every digit has a combination of 5 dits and das.
There's the hex.
It's dot dash 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 dot dot dash or dot dash 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 dot dot dash 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 dot 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 dash dash. Oh, that's actually really simple. Wow. So it's like it starts with 1 is 1 dot 4 dashes, 2 is 2 dots 3 dashes, 3 is 3 dots 2 dashes, 4 is 4 dots 1 dash, 5 is 5 dots, 6 is 1 dash 4 dots, 7 is 2 dashes 3 dots, 8 is 3 dash
Etc.
2 dots. I'm just fascinated by cryptology, I guess.
Huh. Cool.
Well,
Wait,
who's gonna?
Sorry, I'm allergic to cryptology.
You think people are going to be elated when they get to the Morse code part section of the stream?
Oh, it'll be the highlight. I tell you what.
Alright, well,
Alright.
you can go ahead and translate that into Morse code if you want to. And then I'll send it back to you.
Well, blanket enough.
Now, who's gonna get down there?
I mean, Strike's already down there gathering spikes.
Yeah, so Sroik is already down there. Therefore, cannot bring the blanket with.
I see what you're
Well, I assume he's making trips.
I'm just gathering a bunch, coming back. Yeah, so Strike grabs as many as can be easily carried and still
You
be
can
able
grab
to fly.
like 3 or 4 at a time.
Sweet. Strike grabs 3 or 4 at a time and brings them back to the ship.
So that's 5 trips.
I
And
mean,
I'm going to need an athletics for each of them.
all right. Am I? Yeah. Okay. So
I probably asked for too many.
submit 5. Submit 5.
Somebody
You can
Submit.
slow down.
You said 5 trips. I was just gonna give you 5 of them.
Yes. But
Alright.
slow down.
Fair. All right. What do I get with a 5?
Right, you still haven't gotten hit.
Yay. And the second 5.
Give me the next roll.
Okay. 4.
Alright, so, in sequence,
Mm-hmm.
the rolls that the Spike Dominator has gotten for trying to shoot Sroik
Mm-hmm.
are -2, -4, -2, -3, -1.
Wow. Not a single positive.
So should
Not
I
even a
bother rolling?
0.
Should I even bother rolling again? My
This
athletics
thing has
is 5.
garbage aim for something with 3 shoot.
Well, it's shooting
Wow.
at
It's
3
like-
things.
It's getting +3 to all of those, but all of the rolls were negative.
Okay.
impressively awful.
All right. Should I roll one more time?
That was all of your trips.
Oh yeah. You're right. I
Look,
get you.
Strike can't math.
What are numbers? Quit speaking magic at me.
So yeah, this thing just can't aim.
Well, it's also Strike.
Oh, it also
Superb
got
athletics.
-1 against Alfred.
I mean, I think it has just this. Normally, just shotguns a bunch of spikes, like it's not used to aiming.
Like, why is it even aiming at Strike after the third trip? Like, it's like I'm not gonna hit.
So
this
it can hit you.
but it can't.
It is determined to try.
Sure,
It can.
Unsquashable endurance.
it can.
It's
You're right.
just
it
having a
can.
very bad time.
Okay, I get you. All right. Whoa. My chair is cracking. Yeah, I know it can. It's just it's got a -4 at one point. Well, I guess a -1. It's like it should acknowledge that I am a quick bug.
That's why it wants to hit you.
Yeah, it's just getting more and more angry that it can't.
If it's a quick bug, then I only have to hit it once.
How many times does it hit the Leviathan?
I mean, can you
So
miss the Leviathan?
Does the Leviathan even notice?
Yeah, does the Leviathan
Give
seem
me an
at all
empathy.
damaged or hurt? I'll give you an empathy.
As I'm plucking knives from its.
Oh boy,
Wow.
I feel its
Yeah.
pain.
You have a deep understanding of the Leviathan. That expression that it has right there on the map is pretty accurate.
It
Oh,
doesn't
Oh,
care
boy.
about these
It's-
spikes.
It's moderately annoyed. Like, it's not any real risk, but it still hurts. It's like
Kinda like
getting a
it's being-
sliver. Except
Okay.
a lot of them. Several per second.
It's like walking into a briar bush.
It's more
Okay.
like flopping through a briar bush as a fish.
I'm debating if I want to have it attack the Spike Dominator or not.
It can't.
It can only attack in its natural habitat.
Yeah. And Spike Dominator isn't on an island.
Oh, right.
How do we know this isn't an island?
The weird contritions of disability.
Technically, all land masses, as long as it's surrounded by water, is an island. So even if this is a continent, it's technically an island.
No.
Dang it.
Then what is an island?
Like, it needs, I think, needs to be understood as an island by society. The magic, the spell, this just kind of somehow taps into that.
Yeah. It checks the Google it checks Google to find out what's true and what's not, and what counts and what doesn't.
I
But
edit
it has a
Wikipedia.
magical internal Google.
The rules of magic are decided by committee.
Yeah, every time there's a weird thing like that, there's just this ensemble, this comedy of wizards who are there to get all these hedge cases. They define all these rules.
Every wizard actually has in their brain, it's like a community of 100 people that just decide on how magic works.
But they're different people for all wizards, so that's why the rules are different for everyone.
Which is
Yeah.
also why magic works differently since a few sessions ago.
Yeah.
There you go. It all ties back.
I hate that that could actually be canon, and all it would take is one fate point.
I spend it.
I'm back. What are we laughing about?
It
Well, we
is
just
now
made it
canon that every wizard has living inside of their brain a group of 100 people that decide on how magic works.
This is a this is a democracy. Magic is a democracy. Make it a
And-
T-shirt.
But this is different for every people, so every people work with different rules.
Winnie already had many voices in her head.
Winnie's counselors are out for lunch.
No, they don't necessarily look into moral things about magic, just about the rules.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's 100.
They're
100
out
people.
for lunch.
There's 100 people in every magician's brain. Yeah.
So to
Yep.
become a magician, you need to get
Can
100
I-
people.
Can I spend a fate point to make it 100 cockroaches?
No.
I thought you were gonna say spend
It's a
fake-
diverse community.
I thought you were gonna say spend a fake coin to make Shrek a wizard.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the
I
cockroach.
mean, all he needs to do is spend one skill point on magic, and suddenly he is wizard.
Yeah, that's. I guess the idea is everyone has people inside them. It's just that at some point they wake up, and if they wake up, you have magic.
Like, so Shrike actually does come from a place of magical background, but is not magical themselves.
Right. He's more of a byproduct of a magical environment.
Yeah. So I think Shrike can't do magic. Because it's
Could,
like,
if he invested in it.
Shrike is like a mite that lives on a magical entity. And just happened to get off of it.
But I mean, like, you have a lot of stories where a wizard's familiar eventually gets to have access to a little bit of magic itself.
Mm. Anyway, so we got the spikes, we got the power.
I mean, Strike's less of a wizard's familiar and more of a wizard's parasite.
Yeah. A wizard.
And you got some shaky footage from right up
It's a
close.
scary movie.
Yeah, the kids are into that nowadays anyway.
And the Leviathan is just carrying on.
Alright, I think we've got some DNA samples, possibly tainted with the Leviathan blood. You just have to be careful what parts of the samples we study. Other than
Leviathan oil.
that, yeah.
There's a
fair.
construct, yeah. Hey, wait, it's a construct. Does that mean that it's not in pain, or
It still
is it a
feels pain.
construct? Okay.
And
Oh,
he
I
made
thought-
sure it had pain receptors.
When you said oil, I was thinking, oh, that's right, whale oil was a thing. I forgot it was a machine. Anyway, call it blubber.
Since we still have to wait days, that leaves only the flare drainer.
Yep.
Hey, wait a minute. Does the clay shifter have eyes, so to speak? Didn't we've established it's made of clay. It doesn't have working ocular.
The way for it to make sense is that it gives itself like eyes just to look like a person. It doesn't necessarily see from them, probably sees through whatever magic keeps it animated.
So what would happen if the flare drainer flared at the clay shifter?
I don't know.
One
If
way
the
to
it
find out.
So Shrike can't solve the flare drainer problem for the reason that I don't think Shrike has big old compound eyes, so anything the flare drainer would do would only be magnified. That's Shrike.
I mean, Jazz doesn't actually have eyes.
Does Jazz sees normal? Does we see a different way?
Insects don't have eyelids, also.
Jazz sees a different way. It's like sight, but it's not actually technically sight.
So I guess if it's not an explicit stunt, it can't be used to our advantage. Gonna take a stunt not affected by the flare drainer. Yeah.
I mean, I also don't have eyes as Alfred.
That's fair. But you still have ocular magic to be able to see it all.
Correct.
I think you know what would be a solid solution to this problem? Sonar.
Yeah, have Paulina do this. She doesn't have eyes.
Paulina, enter thermographic sonar vision.
Don't forget the zombies.
Yeah, going in the city's probably a bad idea right now.
Okay, let's go back to the city and see what's up first before making any decisions.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
head above the city.
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's the best we can do because we still have a few days.
And
I
I'm
like how-
curious of what Squish's reaction would be to seeing that.
Oh,
Looking back over the city is currently just a massive war zone between the zombies and the Cult of New Birth people. There's just like a few of them throwing fireballs all over the place.
Alright, let's not go there.
And
the flare
zombies
drainer?
fighting back.
How are the zombies fighting back?
Very poorly. Sometimes with
large
guns.
numbers.
There, that's how Jazz's sight works. That screenshot I just posted.
Oh man.
Neat. Well, if we're not doing anything, the only thing to do is wait.
Let's sure.
Can we see the flare drainer at all, or is it just like nothing?
I'm now
Let's look.
thinking back to like that room with Sasha and Klossy. It's just like Paulina pulling up a video screen of what's going on in the city right now.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. Well, I mean, we don't. But our plan is actually to go to another city, probably.
As far away from these people as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to come with us.
Like, how does Klossy feel about the current state of this city?
I mean, like, they went into the ship because they were afraid. Like, they're aware this is very dangerous. their take is they're gonna wait and see what happens because there's not a whole lot of options. Yeah, there's these weird zombie things, but technically, I mean, they're people too, kinda. If they can be decent people after the actual war part is gone, and we'll play it by ear and see what's happening.
The clay shifter just thinks the best in people, whether they're kraken, zombies, whatever they are.
Yeah, just
But not us.
well, you've had your chance.
Yeah, we kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
It's like, yeah, assume the best, but like, that's assume until you have proof either or.
Aren't you seeing proof of the zombies attacking your people?
Yeah, but they'd be very aware of the socio-economic situation going on there.
You haven't actually seen any zombies attacking the people.
That too. I just saw them kind of get him. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people who are miserable in this system. I understand that some people are going to try to do something about it, and if they do, it's going to get bloody. I'm sure that in her spare time, having given a shot, they would try to quell any kind of like violent aspirations people would have, but
I'd like a lore roll
all right,
from Klossy.
all right.
Bet you would.
Don't got lore, so let's go.
Oh.
Let's go.
Klossy is aware that the rebellion exists.
Yeah. Like there's a rebellion. It was coming.
Against the
And the zombies are just tourists.
a rebellion against the emperor. Yeah.
Yeah. But like basically the Clay Shifter's take is that after the rebellion is done, like after the fighting is done, there's gonna be a new status quo, right? With a new kind of peace, and we'll just take over from there.
New peace.
Peace
Same
2.
tyrant.
The sequel to Peace.
Yeah, it's gonna be even better.
Oh, you hear there's a new piece coming out?
Oh, Peace 2?
Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Despacito 2. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that one.
Alright, well you did it. You got some spikes.
Yay. Study them.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys are just ramming through it today.
So now you're just gonna sit there for a day or two?
Hand them off to Sasha.
I mean, if there's a huge war zone going down, it wouldn't be safe to go check out the flare drainer.
So also, I guess the Leviathan was summoned for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
You
a
haven't even
Yeah.
told it to change its plans. It's still just getting shot by the Spike Dominator as it slowly makes its way down the beach.
Maybe we should make it go to the shrine emulator.
You know what? Should we send it into the city and
Yes.
see if it does anything to the,
No.
to the war zone?
How is
No.
it going to get over the wall?
Through the wall.
Break it.
Big, yeah.
If anything, it'll
Look,
make them go, oh no.
All you need to do is make an artificial island inside the city, and then it can get there.
We can magic up a trench that goes underneath the city.
I mean, what is a city if not an island among nature?
I mean,
Yes,
it is
yes.
in the middle.
So-
It is in the middle of a wasteland. It is an island of civilization.
You just need
Sure.
to take a blank canvas, have Jez draw an island on it, toss it down, and magic it up.
Yeah.
I kind of really want to do that now.
No! We don't need to destroy more civilization.
I don't think Jazz wants the Leviathan to go to the city.
Okay.
Listen, as a player, this sounds fun. This sounds fascinating. It sounds like a great story. But the character, it's like, why? Oh, I know how we can kill
Because
the
we
Emperor.
can.
Oh, I know how we can kill the Emperor. Why would we, though?
Just drop
I
a
know
giant
I would.
fish on him.
Look, the rebellion already exists, and we know the Emperor is kind of a jerk.
You're not convincing me of this.
I know. I mean, Alfred wouldn't be down for this either because Alfred respects authority, no matter, even if the authority is evil in this case. But
Didn't the Emperor get
But
like
And
a
then
also-
the people in
something?
command of you just come over like, hey, help us commit regicide.
But what it would do is it would maybe clear out the area.
Come on,
They would
Alfred,
all
we need
focus
your
on-
help.
Intricate socioeconomics. What are those?
I mean, Jazz would be a fan of regicide.
That's true. That's true.
Probably not wrong, but we're not doing that. I was only bringing it up because it might focus the attention of the war on. Well, basically, I guess I'm sacrificing the Leviathan so that we can go around and look for the flare drainer safely. But
He's. Sorry, I
No.
interrupted you.
no, we're not doing that. I guess we're just gonna wait for the Yeti Drake interview.
Well, Alfred's
this-
not doing that.
Are the zombies? Are the zombies approaching the city from one side or all sides?
All sides, except for the ocean.
So they're just surrounding the city. There's that many of them.
How does the
Yes.
palace look?
Pristine as ever.
I want to ask Paulina to fly to, near the top where the Charmer and Sunflora were, to finally pick them up.
You see a Sunflora made of whipped cream and regular Sunflora clapping. Woo!
You can't tell which is which.
Everybody on board.
Yeah, sure. As long as we're not killing people. Yeah. So
No,
that's
they
not-
are like very closely like embracing, just watching the destruction around them in terror.
Oh, that kind of embrace. Pick them up. Pick them up. Pick them up.
Does-
So is that a suggestion, like that?
That's something I asked Paulina to do.
And Paulina's gonna go do that.
Somebody help me.
Remember to roll stealth first, just in case.
Wait, who are we
Paulina's
picking up?
too busy going.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
Oh.
Yeah, she is dependent.
Whoosh.
Somebody help me not get seen.
Yes. Could somebody please activate my stealth protocol?
Paulina,
stealth.
activate stealth protocol.
Yeah.
Give me a rapport.
I sure am good at that.
Oh.
Oh,
You sure are good at that.
Paulina activates stealth protocol.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
Then you pick up 2 more people.
well,
Go wherever
person
you're
and a
going.
flower.
Flowers are people.
Okay, guess when it's Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, like if they can think and move around, like they stop just being plants.
I feel like Clay Shifter would take offense to that.
What? If they're Pokemon?
It's like, Pokemon aren't people.
Huh. Also, I would like to piggybacking off the fact that we sent two insect Pokemon to their doom, bug Pokemon. It is now also canon that we aren't just summoning these things from the void. These things existed on a world somewhere else, and we just pulled them from there.
That was that
And then
the
sent them to their doom.
Yeah. Anyway.
Man, someone's probably really missing their Leviathan.
You are not wrong.
Just
Where
like
did I
an
put it?
actual magic duel. Somebody finally gets together everything to summon the Leviathan, and then somebody else just summons the Leviathan from their game. Like, oh. There goes my win condition.
in this universe, Magic the Gathering is played with the caveat that at some point there is an entire possibility that any card from either side of the field can just disappear.
No, like the actual duels that the card game represents.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
okay.
Planewalkers actually summoning things at each other.
I summoned a magic card. Whoa, it's a square of paper.
So I guess in Magic lore, Winnie is like beyond even a Planewalker because she can steal from them.
Without even needing a spell to take control from them.
Yeah.
Or even being in that duel.
The only condition is it's random, and sometimes it isn't.
My stunt is to take control of them. My other stunt.
Yeah, you need to take another stunt to do that, yeah.
You just stunt
But you
to be
don't,
able
like,
to.
cast a mind control spell.
So if I have the spell version, does that mean I steal from someone casting a spell? It just doesn't?
I mean, if you go by the same
No,
rules,
you just cast a random spell.
Alright. I don't know,
You
I
just
like the idea of
Yogg-Saron it up. You steal your spells from Yogg-Saron.
I swear I had like 6 spells here, but I only summoned 5 of them. Ha, 6. Alright,
That's what happens when Yogg-Saron gets silenced or killed. The rest
All
of
the
the
other-
spells just go to you.
I want to ask the charmer how things have been.
Terrible.
But do you
Okay.
still have more frosting?
Pulls out. Always.
Good.
Paulina, can you please get us out of the city? Go towards the Yeti Drake.
no, it's not soon enough. We should go to the third arena and see if we can't spot it amongst the chaos.
It sounds.
I
like
need a
suicide.
navigator.
I am the navigator.
Navigate
Go
me.
go north. Please move north. Northeast.
Alright,
North by northeast.
Paulina slams into the palace.
Please left.
Let's wave to the Empress.
Paulina, move northwest, and then move northeast.
No, hold on.
Sensors
Did we go-
indicate fireballs.
Did we into the palace?
What?
Please help me dodge.
Okay.
Please activate evasive maneuvers.
Roll rapport.
Yep.
I keep closing down the whole thing for Alfred. I should just keep it up.
Keep closing down the Alfreds.
I keep closing them down, but they keep coming back up.
System of an Alfred.
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Legendary rapport.
I've got +5 on rapport. It's my
Yes.
highest stat.
That's
Yeah.
not even the highest you can get. It's one off. It's one off your maximum.
You could get a 9, yeah.
So it's
Phones are
only
great.
legendary. A very impassioned play to dodge.
You succeed with style on dodging this guy's attacks.
Which guy?
Like one
Oh,
of
is
the cult peoples.
The person who's
Okay.
retaliating for us crashing our ship into the Emperor's palace.
Okay.
That people that just casually fried milk.
Yeah.
Well, milk.
Fried
People
milk
that
sounds
casually
awful.
fried milk with a broken leg.
So
Right, no,
once
it's
again, Alfred continues the theme of just casually dodging large attacks.
Yeah, it seems to be the thing.
It's just what Alfred's good at.
I almost died for the very first thing that I did. And I've just been almost dying this whole time.
Alright, well, you managed to get through the palace, in one end and out the other.
Winnie remembers this.
Winnie, remember this.
And then I tell her, continue northeast to the Yeti Drake.
No, we were gonna stop at the flare drainer.
And Paulina flies off the map.
She said,
Again,
This is still the same day. It's only been
Yeah.
like 1 hour.
"To the flare drainer," I say.
I believe,
fine.
you're still on the first day of being on this planet.
Yes.
Still?
It's the evening.
I'm still going to say it would be wiser to wait a day at the very least. I know we still have a whole extra day before we have to see the Yeti Drake, but if we wait one more day, the war might die down, and maybe it would be safer to go see the flare trainer.
The Yeti
Right
In
now,
the
we have
universe, today you've lost 3 people from the crew.
Oh,
The Yeti Drake said to wait a few days before returning.
yes, I know. We're not going to get. We're going in the area of the Yeti Drake only to get out of the city. Now that we've officially crashed straight through the Emperor's palace.
Strick doesn't respond and skitters into the vents. Skitters, I say.
Maybe we could have checked out the flare drainer before we crashed into the Emperor's palace. But now, I do not feel comfortable.
Fair. All in
We
fairness.
could hide out just on top of the Leviathan.
We might want to stay away from the Leviathan too, actually. It would probably attract attention.
He's my minion.
No,
He's friendly.
you're right. Well, we can continue to escort it towards the sea then.
I believe that's the ocean.
The ocean. You know what?
They're
We
labeled.
need- Jazz, can you paint an island in the water? Or paint something that looks like an island and drop it in the water. Turn it into an island. That way we can get this the Leviathan into its unnatural habitat quicker. Would that
Probably.
work for you?
Yep, that would work.
That's why we didn't do it. I don't think.
Oh,
I don't think
wait.
Jazz was around for that.
It would need an enemy to attack.
Draw a
There's
tiny
plenty
enemy
around.
on the island.
Draw a Goomba on the island.
You know what I just realized about this that I hate?
What?
Anytime on any other planet that you find an island, you can just call this thing.
Yeah, but travel time. It will show up eventually.
Be like a
And probably-
meteor smashing into the planet.
I mean, if we're gonna stay consistent with the rules of the card, you're not wrong.
Yeah, the island would have to be owned by the enemy being attacked.
Oh, I don't.
I mean, the immortal emperor is the ruler of everything on this planet, right?
And you see
Yeah,
the
the
enemy.
Empress owns the planet. If you paint another thing on the planet, it is now the Emperor's. Empress's.
Well,
I think technically you could do that. Like, if there is an island anywhere on the planet, you can just order the Leviathan to attack the Empress. And it could.
Now, attack the Empress or attack the island?
Way back.
The Empress. Because it's the island's owner. And it can't be
Okay.
blocked because they have an island.
Jazz, please draw an island.
No, we're not
Yeah.
killing anybody. Stop performing regicide.
No, Regicide's good.
No, it's not. Stroik will try to stop you if you attempt to do anything that kills someone, because that's directly disobeying an order.
I am just trying to get the Leviathan into the water. I don't want to kill
They're
anybody.
just drawing an island.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We
don't
know
what
this
he's
thing's
planning.
It's true.
I guess. Actually, in game, do the characters even know the rules of the Leviathan?
Winnie does.
Winnie knows the rules of the Leviathan.
And
Yeah,
to
Winnie just
everyone
knows them
else,
intuitively.
It sounds absolutely ridiculous. How contrived.
Yeah. Then I don't know. It's like, okay. Then in that case, let's just go back to what Alfred said earlier about let's just escort the Leviathan into the water.
Okay, I'm done
And
with
if
that.
anybody wants to suggest anything on top of that, they may.
I agree with bringing Leviathan to the water.
I'll suggest that if you put in islands in the water, it'll go faster.
Really? What? Why?
These are complicated magical machines.
Because it's a fish and it's supposed to be water and not waddling on land.
The sad thing is that I can absolutely see that being like a side rule of a card. Like, if there's an island that exists, give this creature haste.
It's island walk. If the opponent controls an island, it can't be blocked.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, the idea of if there's an island, it will go faster. I could see that for a card. So even if Stroik was like, I know how magic rules work, though, he wouldn't be able to say anything because it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, do you have any? So wait, if we made an island, then it could go to the water faster.
Yes.
Oh.
You're a
Well,
villain. A villain, I say.
this is. I mean,
This is an established fact.
in game, Alfred makes a lot. It makes sense to Alfred. So, let's fly to the water.
Let's.
Seems like it would be easier to make an island on the beach than like in the water.
Well,
That's not an island, that's a
it needs to be in the water, does it not?
For it to be an island. Unless you're talking about a flying island.
Hold on, let me consult my 100 wizards.
It's just a common phrase, huh?
Yeah, it's a common wizard expression that no one
Yeah.
understands.
Let me ask the 100. It's like, what?
Okay, Paulina, could you please fly south to the, south to the sea.
Directly south, huh?
I mean, I don't know exactly the direct thing.
Right?
As
Paulina
soon as we're
keeps
above
going.
water. No. As soon as we're at the ocean, stop, please.
You said to go to the sea.
Yes, we're in the sea. We're here at the
This is
sea.
the ocean.
This is the ocean.
Yeah.
Then we need to. Then I meant the ocean. My apologies. We're here.
Is there
How
a
can I trust
bomb
a navigator
in
that
the
doesn't get
ocean?
the words right?
It's
I know
fish.
there's fish. Okay. Look like bombs.
Well, they might be explosive.
Kraken bombs.
You don't know.
Oh,
That's why
Paulina.
the Krakens haven't eaten them.
Oh, Paulina, please fly 100 meters above the water.
All right.
Alright.
Okay.
What do you?
Now, I know that dogs like swimming, so my thought is that I can maybe conjure up an island and have it fall into the water.
Bit of a stretch.
An Isle of Dogs.
Oh my god,
Oh, I want to see that movie actually. Missed it.
I do.
If that doesn't work, then I guess George Jazz can try to paint it. I don't know how paint works in water.
I mean, things he paints become real.
That is
We
true.
should also make sure to steer
Summon
clear.
things other people want.
Also
This
that.
is also true. And
Alright, give
because
me a
I know
magic
this-
roll.
Okay, but can I get a fate point for doing this? Because I know that like metagaming here, I know this is going to cause all sorts of chaos.
Yeah, but your character
Nope.
doesn't.
But this is going to cause a problem.
It's
Well, it might,
if your
it might.
character
We'll-
if your character acknowledged this is gonna fuck us over, but did it
Like,
anyway.
it's not because of a
wanted to.
character flaw.
Yeah.
It is because of my my trouble. Serve hard to serve harder.
Yeah, but your character doesn't know that this is a bad idea.
It doesn't have to. Strike doesn't know that what he's about to do is a bad idea, and he does it half the time anyway.
Well, Strike doesn't have the capacity to know it's a bad idea.
Well-
Whatever. Here we go.
Magic 3.
I'll fate coin it.
Good thing you got a fate coin.
What will you invoke?
Serve hard to serve harder. They asked for an island. I'm giving them an island.
Alright. You summon an island. It is a full, proper island right there in the ocean. It's not a big one, but it's definitely an island.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
It looks
So
like Tom
there's
Hanks
the
can live there
island.
for a while.
There's the island, Winnie. So
I need to be right back.
okay. Proceed as you see fit.
Is that Winnie saying they're gonna be right back? Or the okay. Because both of those make sense.
I don't think
No,
Winnie
he's
would
not.
miss this.
You know who's not going to be right back? The Undying Emperor.
It's like it's like all right, here's your island. Winnie's just like, kill the Emperor. He's like, huh? What? And suddenly the Emperor dies. Like, well, correlation, but
I really cannot fault Winnie for taking advantage of this particular moment of chaos. Everything has worked together for everybody to do exactly what she needs to cause this exact scenario.
well, hold on, I'll be right back.
Man, everyone's leaving.
I mean, in the meantime, I'm just going to get water real quick.
I'm back. So
You did it.
this is going to suffer Strike's ability to trust Winnie's intuition in the future. Because it's like, hey, Strike, you should do this thing. I'm like, the last time we did a thing that you said we should do with no like backup for why you should do it, you committed regicide. You broke one of the 3 rules we were given. So no.
I'm back.
Hi.
Start by
Welcome back.
asking Hughes a question privately.
Oh boy. I love questions.
Privately. Publicly, he hates them.
I was so happy when I learned the ability to whisper to the GM using Roll20.
Oh, how do you do that?
Slash W
Slash W
space
GM.
GM. Yeah. Then,
Well, I just learned nothing because 2 people talked to him.
okay. Slash W space GM
Slash
space
W
message.
space GM.
Fuck
Oh.
off. It's GM and then I just type a message.
Yeah.
Well,
Fun.
space, then message.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you'll send a whisper to GM message.
And I just use Discord.
Discord's fun too. Is I don't always know if you or like at his private message part.
Hmm. Hold on, I need to check back up at the Leviathan's card.
How much health does Leviathan have?
12, I think.
Was it like 7 something?
12,
Okay.
712.
Yeah, there we go.
Has the world ended yet?
Nope.
We're checking errata. You know, best part of the stream. It's like most people consider it the sequel to the Morse code segment.
It's a more of a spiritual sequel. It doesn't quite have as much
I don't
great
know.
gameplay.
We're turning into Shadowrun.
In a game that, you know, its main thing is that it's rule light. So what we do is add even more complex rules instead.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've only played like one other game of Fate, but this one does seem quite a bit more complicated because of things like that. But it also creates some crazy, fun little technicalities.
Yeah, the first season was like that at all because it was a lot more straightforward. Our abilities.
I still need to
Well,
listen to that
the
series.
Spider Church.
Okay, that was a quest more than anything.
I still need to listen to that.
Okay, I'm gonna be typing another new question.
Oh boy. I love questions.
What is a cat?
What is a chair?
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
He did just say he loves questions. Doesn't mean he likes to answer. Dinner is being cooked in my apartment.
You did it.
I can smell it. It smells real nice.
What is it, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know though. Like it's my roommate. It's smelling like meatloaf.
Ooh, that sounds good. I had chili dogs earlier.
Oh, I had normal hot dogs for lunch.
Oh, nice. But what is a normal hot dog? Is a normal hot dog just a hot dog with nothing on it? Or is it a hot dog with mustard and ketchup? What is normal?
I mean, I guess if you want to differentiate between normal and pure, like the pure idea of the basic necessities of a hot dog doesn't necessarily make a normal hot dog.
A purebred hot dog. We hear it down at Country Farms.
This hot dog is grass-fed, cage-free.
We raise only cage-free, grass-fed hot dogs.
Fresh
Harvest
off the
'em.
tree.
Harvest them right off the tree, we do.
Yeah, we don't cage our trees. That's how you know it's quality.
100%. We only use 100% organic GMOs.
Our products are synthesized from entirely organic materials.
Cage.
100% guaranteed terrestrial.
Grass-fed, cage-free GMOs only. What?
All natural, artificial flavor. What is wrong with this?
So a while ago, I went to the monster name generator just in case I needed it.
Just in case.
And every time you go there, it immediately generates 25 names.
Right?
There's some great ones.
You should save them.
Then pretend that it was randomly rolled.
Like a creature just called Control Vision.
Wow.
The Cosmic Mule.
No, I wanted to meet the Cosmic Mule.
A friend of the good boy.
A
Yeah,
Friends
broken
or a
leaf.
competitor?
Aw. Aw.
Okay, I've decided what to do.
The Attacker Weird.
Oh, that was pretty good.
I like that one.
Skull Cone.
Like the egghead, the cone heads.
I was thinking like an ice cream cone. But skull.
What if Skull Cone is secretly
You
the...
got your skulls in my ice cream.
Oh.
Truly a terrible villain.
Anyway,
Yes.
I say to everyone now, okay, let's fly back to the Leviathan, and so we can help them along.
So, like, for a few minutes, Winnie was just staring straight ahead, not saying anything.
I was using telepathy to the GM.
When he was consulting the 100.
Yeah.
There were 100 fuses in there.
100 wizards, all of them, the GM.
Okay, then in that case, I guess I'm going to tell Polina. Polina, fly north, and then once you reach the Leviathan, please stop.
But flying directly north, it will never reach the Leviathan.
Then fly north.
Fly to the Leviathan.
Yeah, fly to the Leviathan.
I have reached the Leviathan.
Okay, so this part's weird. Trust me, it's part of the animal. We need to part of the rules, as they say. We need to make this safe. We need to park Polina inside its mouth, just temporarily.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. What?
At least it's not going to swallow us or eat us.
No, I'm sorry.
Parking.
What? No, I don't think this is a wise plan. Aren't we going to be jostled around? Like, what's the purpose of this?
No, just we're perfectly fine. And then telepathically, I give Leviathan an order.
Oh my god. Why though?
There's a reason, and it's going to be so great when I explain it.
Smirk's gonna hate you.
No, but Neon's going to love me. Tell it to attack the Empress.
I
I
don't
think
like
there's a
this.
rule we're not aware of. That's gonna something here.
All right, I want Fuse to paint a picture from a third camera perspective.
Alright. So the Empress is sitting on her throne, just looking out, just seeing the chaos and destruction all around, and thinking about how imperfect it is. And then, suddenly, the top of the palace just explodes as Leviathan appears inside of the throne room.
No, it's now perfect chaos.
The Leviathan opens up its mouth, revealing a ship as it goes in to bite the Empress. Go ahead and give me a fight roll for the Leviathan.
Next character to join will be the Empress.
And it has a +7,
Is
Yeah,
that
it's a
what its thing
7-12.
was?
It's a 7-12.
Okay.
7-11.
Oh, so all right.
Right, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
It's a 7-Eleven. There's a convenient shop inside the mouth for you.
Oh, yeah. Sroik eats the 7-Eleven
All right.
garbage.
And they tie.
Wow.
Can I spend a fate point to say that we don't tie and the
Nope.
Yeah, you
no.
probably should have spent a fate point going against the Empress with this.
But this
Could I
is so
have?
much more interesting.
Entering initiative. I'm going to hold off on putting everyone else in.
There is one thing I wanted to do like immediately.
I'm
Winnie,
just gonna
why?
put this out here.
Wow.
Everything about her is legendary. You fucking thought. Oh, I love
Absolutely
it.
flawless.
I love it what happened.
So,
I love
so remember those underlings that had like skills at 6, and were just kind of tossed about out here? There's several of them all over the place. Did you think that their boss would not be powerful?
I knew she would,
You realize
but
she's
I actually
probably going to kill
Why-
the entire team
Hold
because
on,
of her action
hold
time.
on. Technically speaking, we are still in stealth mode. So she would not see the ship inside the mouth.
Have
What
her
to notice
remote-
Yeah,
again?
hold on. Yes, she does.
Yeah, she does. I don't think you guys realize what everything at 8 means. I don't think you quite fathom it.
like
Lest
so
I
you
it was
might
the,
not have tried to attack her at all. Everything was going great. We had like 5 of the 7 things.
So
And
remember
now
how
what?
somebody decided that this world is filled with new gods and self-proclaimed gods?
Uh-huh. Is she one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So, congratulations. You
I'm
killed
following
her.
orders.
You
So-
killed the group.
I was told that this would help get the Leviathan into the water.
Yep.
So
No fault on you.
yeah. Yeah.
So I
fault
think
that
today is
anybody
just a
but-
minor milestone.
Are we
If we survive this, we better damn well get a significant milestone.
So what you're saying is whatever character I write for next time, he needs to be able to get y'all out of this jam.
Yes, milk returns. No.
It needs to be able to get into this jam also.
I could get them out without
How about
knowing
this?
what's happening.
Go through the Magic the Gathering cards and see if there's any powerful creatures that live inside fish.
Or live inside constructs.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe the Leviathan just ate somebody on the way.
We will somehow find a way to erase the Empress's memory so that you can be the Empress.
Yeah, I'm sure Fuse will love letting me play a 8 everything character.
Winnie, why? Why are we doing this?
I can't explain yet until I do the thing I need to do.
You've done enough.
I'd even go as far as to say you've done too much.
You've undermined all of Sroik's efforts to keep everything like linear, on track, not messing anything up. It's like, let's go kill God. How about that?
I didn't want to kill her.
Then what was your purpose?
Here's the thing, though. It's already been established that if you meet the Emperor and you're not perfect, you die. So the only alternative is we meet her and she dies. And one of those isn't happening.
Or you meet her and you are perfect.
Yeah, alternatively.
Just have Jimothy just talk her down from being violent. That's why.
You
he's
know
here.
what could do it? The Clay Shifter. Because the Clay Shifter can be anything.
Not
That would be a
wrong.
serious deceive.
Well, you don't have to deceive. You just have to fit every rule.
Yeah, deceive
blink?
to convince the Empress that, yeah, I'm perfect.
Doesn't
we
the
get
Empress... But
Can we
aren't the
get-
Empress's underlings not perfect either?
Perfect enough. Can we get that roll in before we fight? Because we have 20 minutes left. Roll some sort of deceive.
So you're talking to me about what's
Winnie,
happening.
the
and
thing
about
that
this-
you want to do immediately. Can you
Yes.
resolve it within 18 minutes?
I believe so.
All right.
You've got one chance.
I teleport out of the ship directly in front of the Empress. Do you want me to? Do you want me to roll a magic for that?
No?
It's really close, so.
And I kiss the Empress on the lips.
Winnie is dead.
Excuse me.
This was your plan?
I have to follow orders.
What orders?
I'm guessing that she got some divine orders from the god she's following, and part of that is she's
okay.
not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, so if we have time right now, if you want me to explain. So, after the Pathfinder groups were done, Belmore held a few one-shots. Remember, one of those was 3 sessions long.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Radcow, and Fuse were players in that. At the beginning, Belmore gave each of us privately one thing that our characters are supposed to do. And the one thing that he gave to my character was kiss the beautiful woman. And that was about a year ago.
And you checked it to this character? That's hilarious.
Also, Belmore's avatar that he uses everywhere in Discord is inspired by the King in Yellow, so it fits.
Huh.
Okay.
Huh,
Alright, so
wow.
strikes.
So,
I don't-
Winnie, give me a physique.
2 kids go die tonight.
Can I teleport away instead?
No.
I'm going to use several fate coins on that.
Let me count up how many people are in this scene.
Hey, only I'm and
6.
the Leviathan is right there.
No,
Well,
we're in
Everyone
the
else is still on the
Paulina's
ship.
right there in the ship.
Pauline is not a character.
Yeah, but the characters within Polina, technically speaking, they can act. They see what's going
Well,
on.
Yeah.
the
There are-
Leviathan's mouth is closed.
Yeah, there are several walls between us and
Hmm.
I have nothing to do
No,
with it.
its mouth is currently open. It went for a bite. And the
How
Emperor
did
blocked.
the Empress?
So is the Emperor
Oh,
holding
okay.
its mouth open?
There's just like a finger between the teeth.
That doesn't sound like a lot of room. That sounds like closed mouth to me, good sir. Especially for a
There are
Leviathan.
gaps in the teeth. It's like 2 points of teeth closed together on finger.
Either way, this was all based on a mission of mischief, I would say.
Yes.
I
that
don't know.
would
I think we
count.
should debate that a few minutes.
Get your stinking fate point. Enjoy.
This
You've
year,
earned it.
I'm counting this as falling under Hastur, the King in Yellow.
And considering this is
The
completing some
Empress
sort of
is
over.
perfect. The Empress is a new deity.
He's self-proclaimed.
Not to her. She is also
So-
the Undying.
I would argue that this is completing some sort of mission. Since this is completing some sort of mission for Winnie, you might consider giving Winnie a fate point just for doing this, going in for the kiss, especially at a moment like this.
Yeah,
'cause it is
definitely.
absurd.
You get a fate point for that.
Thank you.
So, got anything else you want to spend, Winnie?
So currently
Sure.
it's
Yeah, how many have you spent? Maybe you should have kept them out.
I believe she spent 3. You've spent 2. So you're at
right, that's plus 2 for
9.
weapon. So it's currently 8 shifts against you.
You're at 9.
Oh, is this? What kind of attack is this? You said to roll physique, so it's not fight.
No, she is just tearing you apart from the inside with magic.
So my armor would not help.
Not really.
It is magic armor. So I've said.
You know,
So I.
maybe all this will change the clay shifter's mind.
I think the clay shifter would probably want to stay away from us on account of not wanting to die.
Yeah. The clay shifter's like, oh my god, this is the Immortal Empress, oh my god.
Oh, no, I can spend a fate point. Taste for humanoid flesh. I did kiss her. And I got a taste.
Alright, so that's 6 against you. Are you ending it there?
6 are gonna survive.
Yeah, 6, I would get a 2 box and then a moderate.
Yeah, I think Strike's disdain of what you're doing outweighs any adoration I have for what you're doing, if I had any at all.
Alright, so you can go ahead and fill that box and give yourself mildly dislocated organs.
Ugh.
Your stomach's where your heart should be.
That's one hell of a hernia.
Okay.
And then you've got a chance to teleport.
But do I teleport to Paulina? Or somewhere else?
That is up to you.
And then Winnie just brings everyone to this situation, kisses the Empress, and then leaves.
I have to know, what is her reaction to this?
Attempting to murder you.
You are probably the least perfect thing she's ever seen in her life.
Good.
I mean,
Absolutely.
My thing is that, like, would the rest of the team welcome Winnie back?
Do you even know what happened yet?
I don't, but like, the rest of the party,
We
like,
have windows.
Yeah.
The
You can
We
see
see.
this happening.
from inside of Leviathan.
remember,
So,
he
like-
said clearly that you can see through the teeth between
The
teeth.
Leviathan's mouth is open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember how open.
So you just broke 2 rules, practically. Attempted murder and attempted trying to die, apparently.
It's more like putting the party in obvious danger
That too. But
Also,
like,
without telling anyone.
just understand that from Spork's perspective, the kiss means nothing. Like assault of any variety on a social level, Strike's just like, I don't understand this.
Fair.
But Strike isn't offended by it.
But as far as
That's a weird action.
Yeah,
yeah,
like Strike is upset because you broke 2 of the 3 rules that were given
You know what Shrike's thinking?
in one action.
Why is Winnie sharing her food with the...
This is no child. Where's the vomit?
Where's the vomit?
That's what
Oh.
he's done.
Actually, I know what I can do. I do teleports to Paulina, and as a talking free action, let's see. Okay, is the Empress... So, the Empress is still currently holding...
Want to
The
spend a
mouth.
fate point to monologue?
No. But is the Empress holding the Leviathan's mouth open?
Kind of. by
I mean,
some
you
definition.
tied. You did tie. So it's like it's not like she's like epically holding it open with one finger. It's kind of clumsy, I would imagine, if nothing else, because it almost succeeded. By one shift, it failed.
Did stopping it count as blocking it?
It's a good
No.
question because you can't block it.
Oh, okay. Or-
Also, why were you trying to kill
Yeah,
the
you-
lady who you were trying to
You
kiss?
do have a point.
oh,
It is unblockable.
and I'm gonna say, I had it attack her purely just to get here to her.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. If the card says it's unblockable,
Yeah,
it's unblockable.
like
I
you could say
have
she
to
got out
go
of
with
the way.
that.
You could say she got out of the way.
No, she went for a block.
Did you
So
catch
that is an
turns?
8 shift hit.
Huh. And then you got kissed.
So that's a 4
And
bucks
I'll-
and a moderate.
In an alternate universe, she got kissed.
No,
Well, like if
I do
she's not
still
dead.
teleport out to her, kiss her, and I'll teleport.
And,
Get your
and
basket
then
range.
and then she gets hit
So
by the.
what do you say?
I tell the Leviathan to close its mouth. While we are inside, we cannot be targeted by spells or abilities.
Oh yeah, it has hexproof. This thing is like completely broken.
Wow!
Why?
This thing could actually do it.
that's fair. That's fair.
And you were gonna be mad at me.
Drake's still mad. I like
With
that
the
last.
combination of unblockable and hexproof, it can deal damage and not get damaged back
But the
until
question
the
is,
Empress figures it out.
you know what it sounds to me like? It sounds like this creature's pretty perfect, though. Wait, no. Does she have a rapport?
Yeah.
If this thing's so perfect a match against her, that's a form of perfection, isn't it? Wouldn't she be endeared by that?
Maybe. We'll find
So
out
she-
next time.
She could turn this around on us. It's like, oh, mine now.
Awesome.
Nice.
We're trapped inside a giant mechanical leviathan, facing
But this
down.
is still
one of the
just a
most-
minor.
Ugh.
After I completed a year-long mission to kiss a beautiful woman,
just actually, well, hold on. If we're going by the actual, researching of creatures, we actually have researched now 3: the Spike Dominator, the Swarm Kraken, and the Clay Shifter.
But you didn't research them. You just gathered some samples.
Yes, in the process of researching them, or do we have to wait for NPC Sasha to do all his stuff first?
You need to
How's Sa-
actually submit reports.
How's Sasha doing right now, by the
Oh.
way?
Sasha ceases to exist again.
Aw. You're not gonna get any studying done that way.
He starts to fade. The clay shifter's gonna hold on tight to him.
And on that note, it's time to end.
All right.
I wish Belmore was online.
See y'all next
Spell-
time.
Spell proof.